Oh, rickety, right. My bad, chat. Let's get down to it. Let's get down to it, y'all. Time to get into some,
In Fragment, there's a little bit of a fight going down, and Kashira's going to...
Oh, we're already into game one. Holy shnikes, chat.
We knew this was going to be one of the contests that was going down.
Let's get it.
Kashira, you sent him a DM going, asking the question, you know, what's the plan here? He says, oh, Bitfix Gaming are going to be in death boxes, essentially, if they dare to contest us. And you got to say, kind of looking at like how it's gone at the moment.
Yeah, I said, are you going to be having a contest? And he was certainly saying, well, we're not going to back down. And
let me go to my dashboard on this real quick.
For what you think is your POI, because as the season develops and when you get to playoffs, people need to know what is yours and what you own.
All
so
right.
that you can scare them away. If you have been consistently winning your fights,
why does this sound so quiet?
I think it means it's
because it is very quiet. There we go.
When it gets to land, but Ascend, at least they've come out on top here. I think they might even be a contest over on Storm Point as well. So I think it's going to be a day of contest for a couple of these squads. But very excited to see what Ascend do today. Kashira also said that they've got something up their sleeves to try and win today. They've
Groups A versus
enjoyed coming
C.
second and third and fourth, but they want to actually
Apex
top for the day to ensure they can get even closer to securing their playoff spot. But that's the circle I was talking about, heading up to the northwest.
Yeah, it looks like a few teams have made the bet that it's going to be going north of Trials, maybe a Trial Zone, maybe a Lava Fisher Zone as well, but that gets...
All right, let's get down to it over here.
We do see where that beacon information is going to send us, so an option maybe
see if that
for,
lets
one of the
me
zones down by
get things going.
Looking like you're saying down that northwestern zone just outside
it does,
it
does. Let's go.
We take ourselves.
We live, baby.
Yeah, and you were talking about teams rotating early. I mean, Element 6 dropping over here towards Skyhook as our V2. They are splitting that
Live
POI.
up on
so
a couple of them. Give me a
that
second
should
here to
be
get
getting into a position where they take one of the priority spots. SAF and Game of Drones
things
also
going
just down below them at Countdown and Lava Fisher. So those are the four teams that would have had the quickest rotation to this circle if they had beacon information as well.
Why is it my newest one on YouTube?
If you're going to prioritize beacon information, playing that zone, you're going to be in a good spot. But if you are a team who likes to take those fights, maybe you would have pushed out a little bit after you've gone through your looting phase.
It's an interesting zone for a lot of teams for a lot of reasons.
Hopefully everyone's doing good, feeling good.
Teams desperate to make a quicker rotation as they can if they have prior to this zone, due to the fact that if you can get the northern side,
go ahead and pop this up on over
here.
here.
Set up for the end game. It's when you a little bit late, maybe you're unfortunate and landing down on the southern side of World's Edge here, and you have to fight your way through Skyhook, through the multiple buildings, the multiple floors, and it's kind of difficult to negate a lot of the risk involved with so many teams that pile up on top of each other and share those buildings towards
back about
the end
that
game.
real
It's
quick.
Navigate your way through. That's, again, where your IGLs earn
Let's
their
go ahead
money.
and
It's sometimes, hey,
pop
we know
this
we're
out
gonna
as
be able
well.
to get into this zone. We're going to play for some KP. We're going to try and pick up some kills on our way to this zone.
Bada bing, bada
and
boom.
if we can force our way towards that in-game fight, then brilliant, because we would have already fought.
All right.
We might have a tougher rotation.
Let's
have the red Evo armors if we make our move.
manage our streams here. I don't know why
my even least favorite rotation.
all of these are up here, to be honest.
Of Trials and trying to go through the open area just where SAF
let's
are
see
looking out towards there, and actually where we get a nice little
who's
overview.
live with
there
what.
So much
Lufka, we definitely want. Sorry, chat. We're gonna have to do this really quickly here just to get things going. I do want to hang on, but we're start a fight. Matafe for sure. That gives us what, 5? Let's go ahead and get Hardeki on Gaiman. Let's go ahead and get Bitfix as well. Who do we have that would like to see still that we don't have? Let's go ahead and throw in a J-Lings as well. That's gonna be it there. Let's go ahead and get it. Boom. All right.
Time, and it's already busy.
Yeah. Start watching all of these, whatever.
Especially. Given the fact that everyone
let's get all of these back up to full source here as well, just so we're good. Chat, remember, it is a watch party, so I can't really control volumes on each stream in particular, right? So, like, if one stream's a little bit louder than the others, I can't really do much about it.
But I feel like mistakes are going to be amplified today, Dan, and you just can't afford to make them at this point of the season.
About halfway through the season here, so these games really mean a lot right now for these teams.
But I think now, as we are starting to get to a point where all teams have worked out the meta, people are going to be on their A game. Like, if you see a team making a mistake and you can capitalize on it, whether that be a poor rotation and you can suddenly take their spot, whether it is a bad move to a 3v3 fight and you can suddenly take the height off them, like all these little tiny decisions that can suddenly change the game for you. Could change not just
Post
your
in
entire
Discord that we're
round
live
today,
as well.
but also could change your entire split. But we've not had too much skirmishes early on, but it looks like Vexed are looking to try and change that here.
Yeah, Vex did get the first knock, and it was Robin who went down on the other side of things. Metafe's going to get that 0 down with the team up on height. They're going to cause him a few problems, but there is the Catalyst wall just to keep Metafe safe and give him a little bit of cover to play behind.
All right.
Tyler's going to try and take
I think we have Gaskin and Onset all day today, right?
He can maybe just distract initially, or maybe force
Pretty
a
sure.
line of sight for his teammates to get involved. Those shots not quite connecting, though. Somewhat surprising to see from such an established controller player.
They're very aware of what could happen and potential third parties as well. These are one of the most annoying fights to take when you've got a team on top of this one.
Oh shit! I didn't mean to do that. I'm sorry, bad.
To get up. It's going to be down to Tyler really to try and maybe initiate some of this damage.
Let's see if maybe we can jump on board actually with Metafe during this fight, shall we? Or they just wiped up the fight. There's that too. That could be the case. Yep.
If they do.
I always forget that they're a little bit technically ahead on the
Like they're still in Yaka and them. They should stay here.
One's playing in the RV.
Players' perspectives are usually just a small bit ahead.
I think VJ has purple armor.
All right, is this game one? I started a little bit late, chat. My bad, my bad.
We have one guy limit. Okay.
We are doing the dual streams, so let me know how things look as far as on either end. What up, Ari? How you doing, friend?
Any entry?
Yeah, no point, no point. We have a good game here.
Yeah. I'm just Nemesis wingman.
And then I'll swap the PK after. Leave this PK, please.
Worst case scenario, we can play bottom.
How do I mod you? Oh, for real
Yeah,
though.
we can. Worst case scenario, we try to.
Is it?
Okay.
Yep.
Okay, there's 5
Oh, it is
going up
that.
on this building here.
Nothing
Look at
else
that.
We can trade it in this again. You need to keep his bullet anyway for the late. You're gonna have so much flicker.
Yeah.
Like you only have 60 bullet. How much bullet you have, Joe?
All right, you're in charge, Ari.
Maybe you're gonna be able to give him a flick on late.
Then I've got 120.
Welcome.
Nemesis.
Okay.
Just remember, don't take this PK, okay?
Yeah.
Because once I use my truck rifle, I'm gonna swap to that.
Figured it out. We gotta try and get to
17 squad, boys.
We legit just need to hold tower, bro.
who am I listening to right now? Oh, I'm listening to Case Swinney. I was like, who the fuck? Let's see, no one else currently. Oh no, that's not the case.
PR kan en kill mit.
Why do I keep?
Top 17 Situation.
Fix Gaming eliminated in 19th and 18th. I think that says it all, really, doesn't it? The teams that were
So
one another.
this is where I get confused, chat,
Doch,
right?
Uli, du musst dir vorstellen,
Because look,
Test early on, so it's done.
they're
so it's
listening
dusted, or you
to
avoid
the
it completely,
broadcast.
because otherwise you can both be punished because of it. So Ascend not able to have the start maybe that we were
Is it not on a
expected
delay
with
right now?
consistency so far today, and it could be just one of those days with the contest going down.
E6 are in a really good spot as well. Keller Gaming just kind of hovering on the building outside of, well, just will be inside just about the next zone when it does come into close. But they will have a.
I don't that because I'm concerned if that's the case. I'm not gonna lie, and I don't want that to be like, oh, he's making something and nothing. Like
play around that truck, but E6 up on that drill tower, just to the other side of the mountainous range.
it means
of
technically,
trials.
you know,
That's the priority spot to hold down, in my opinion.
players
You
could
watch
be
all the rotations
watching it on the live
on trial
broadcast.
side. You've got the height to
I mean, we
really
literally
punish
heard
teams as they try and come in. Plus, you can
Jarevic
put pressure
listening
onto
in,
that
you know what I
hill house
mean?
building, which
I think they're right
Let's
now.
see, start a
so you
fight
can
here.
put the zone.
rocking the blue gold
It's not-
here currently.
Just playing RV. He's not tried anything yet.
All right, let's see if we got anybody else in a fight here. Jay Lings looks like they're in a fight here currently. Where are they at? They up at Oh, dude, people who do the spinny maps are so weird. They're up in trials though.
Yeah, I've got a rampage with double thermite.
Like the rotating map is
I've
psycho.
got a digi, by the way, on my alternator.
Thoughts, Jen?
I just realized.
Yeah, you should give it to Nice, but don't stress it. You can do it, you can do it. Go give it to Nice now.
All right, I thought they were in a fight, but they're just chilling out down here in trials. Doesn't look like we got anybody currently fighting. Let's just vibe in on the main broadcast here.
You could try and force your way through to that
Aurora?
with a Valkyrie ultimate.
Do
and
we
a
have
Shadow
Aurora
Dance, so just gotta
on?
Be careful. Stay on your P's and Q's. Make sure you're watching your behind.
We
as well,
don't have
just
Aurora.
a little bit. But at the moment, still teams making their way through. I can see about 9 teams who are outside of zone.
And I don't want to take
And
off
when
the
the
main
zone closes,
broadcast
there
just because
isn't
sometimes there's
actually
fights
much
going on
space
that
to
we
be
don't
playing.
see.
around the 5 buildings that are going to be left in the
Otherwise, I
circle
normally
and
don't
Stone
like
Hill,
to
so
stay
there's
on
gonna
them
be a
too
lot of
long.
scraps in this next circle close.
What I would really like would be able to get to the point where, oh, hold on. Looks like Gaiman Gladiators over here in a fight currently. I don't know if they're... No, they're not holding off that team, but it looks like that means that there is another team outside of Trials. I mean, this is third ring closing in, so realistically... So Ari, how's your weekend been going, homie? I think they're just gonna chill here. I don't think they want to push up too much by Trials. You can see Vex actually gonna be landing in here as well. Vex just landed.
Do you have any ultics?
No.
They're fighting inside right now.
Wait, just wait. There's no knocks, nothing.
There's a Valkyrie here, he knows
I'm just looking at skin.
I was gonna say there's definitely a couple of teams up here at Trials. I mean,
Yeah.
I get to the end.
this is a really risky fight to take here because you need to make sure that you end it quick.
No. Getting shot back though.
Going back, guys.
Okay.
Oh, are they getting shot from top? I think they're getting shot from up top here.
Then you just sit here.
Yep.
Yeah.
Give me that Phoenix.
dropping.
I want to save my bet. Okay, we just sit here if there's a fight to the left.
All right, so they're not going to do anything over here. I like this third person angle there. Bro, that free cam looks so pretty. The start of fight's looking to push in towards Jay Ling's here.
This team in the tunnel might panic, Jay, and be like, fuck it, we need to push and just try and push it.
But Jay Ling's, honestly, where they're at, they could just kind of chill on either side. The only thing, though, is you have to worry about either team pushing on either side. Looks like Vex is going to go out here. Not sure who that was that took him out, but it's going to be them going down. Oh, no, Vex still has people alive.
Are you safe, like, under them, like that? What do you call it on?
Is that a respawn beacon?
Let's do it.
No way you Moby this, for real?
They should not drop down. They have, like, God spot on.
I'm holding this, yeah. I don't know where else to hold. Kraber you.
How long to the wall on the key?
There's no way, right?
We need wall immediately when you have it, okay?
Yeah.
They're fighting right now to our towards countdown.
By the way, Ari does
the
video look like clean over on kick.
I got 3
Oh.
I couldn't.
You're dead, yeah, you're just dead. I'm trying to shoot you.
Yeah, all you did was give them just another KP.
Wall towards 3P, and I think you guys looked at.
I don't think that was the play, man. Like, obviously, it's easy to say when you see him die, but you're just giving free KP, dog.
Sky, and I think he's now going to be punched back into position. You can see he was taken down, and VT will be looking from above here and making it so difficult. Game of Drones, excuse me, not VT. It was, of course, VT Torhei. But Game of Drones are able to get more KP.
It looked like we got anybody else currently in a...
So difficult for Vex.
No, it's Hardecki and company in a fight over here. Hold on.
Go. Nice.
Just took out FUT Esports and cucked by a commercial break. You love to see it. But you're also on mobile and Safari. Are you able to change? Do you change the
Maybe we haven't even really mentioned today, Dan, because
change the perspective, maybe like the bit rate, or no?
But they've been quiet. They haven't done too much. They're trying to force their way into zone, but here comes SPS trying to clean up the final pieces. And even though we saw GG win 1 3v3, it looks like
or is it on 1080?
They will fall as we have 14 squads now finding their way towards the end zone.
14 squads who are very easily going to be chopped down quickly in the next 30 seconds as this
Fly Totem going down here as well.
We're going even further northwest, so
SPS is a long way to rotate here.
Teams that are in the next circle and
playing against these last 2 here from
Trials. E6 in one of the best positions.
Oh, okay, that's probably why then, because you're on mobile.
What do we call it? The toll station. A little bit in the northwest side.
The drill tower.
I mean, I meant me.
It's all good.
Because I like to
I'm waiting to see if we can get one of the homies over on YouTube to pop in
Still trying to make things
and
work
see
on
how
this
it looks on
southwest
YouTube while
side.
it's streaming to
So
Kick. But I know
tough
you're
as
on
a
Kick
2
here
but it
hanging
looks
out with
like
me, so
they're
I'm
gonna
not
be giving up
asking
on
you to do
any
that.
sort
But
of
I'm just
respawns, and I'm really interested to see where they go here on 2.
I kind of like the play though from Tyler and Unlucky because they realized that being in the position they were just getting.
All right, so they're not going to have to try and find something on the north side here. Looks like there's plenty of teams, so.
And they did exactly that. They got involved in that fight. They tried to clear their backs, and now they're making them.
Oh, brother.
Into a position where they can play for
Oh, brother, that's Nightmare up there. Oh, Nightmare's a trio, right? Yeah, it's a 3v2. Vex gonna go out. That's unfortunate.
They did not spot that team out above them, and they will
I think that's them down here.
Yeah, I think
Let's go back in here.
Da sehen wir unsere YoBings immer noch am Leben. Hier haben wir ein Solo.
All right, they are
Also,
definitely
die haben einen
not.
super Spot gerade.
It is
Super,
definitely-
Super Spot. 1, 2 Kills haben die auch schon in der Tasche.
Closed. SPS with the next
It's
one to be
crispier
eliminated.
over here.
Game of
Hell yeah.
Thrones still
Does it look
from
as
the high
crispy as
ground
it
in trials,
normally
making
does
life
over here? I
so
guess is the other
difficult for
question.
everyone below them, but they're
So I
gonna
had to
have
bump
move,
it down
right?
a little
They're gonna
bit, but I
have to
think
make
I was
that
also
rotation
sending over
up
too
towards the
much
drill tower
bit
that
rate
we've been talking
anyways. So it's probably getting compressed.
Going to be here for Gamer Drones. They're going to drop towards zone and they're going to drop into trials and try and fight their way in. It looks like that might be the answer at the moment. As Rondon is left on his own up top, and Torhei and Jules have dropped down into that central zone. Maybe they could pinch Jailings here and force their way out when that fight.
I mean, honestly, where Nightmare's at, they at least have the ability to look down where they are, but where do they rotate, right?
Trying to hold each other out. NM trying to force
Becomes
their
the real
way in. They've
question.
just been delivered the loot from those two Vex Gaming players, but on the other side, you can see VJ's trying to have a little.
Looks as good as normal. Okay, cool. Yeah, when I was looking up, because I was technically sending a little bit more than I needed to, I think, especially for 1080.
Yeah, 2R1C.
So I wanted
will
to
just
try
clean things
kind
up
of
here.
sending them to the
Nightmare
two,
Esports
seeing
get
how things
eliminated.
go.
2R1C will have an opportunity to reset.
Bet.
You can see they're very concerned of what is going to be happening in the next 20 seconds because not only have they been able to win that engagement, but they now need to reset. They are going to be the only team on this side of the map because you can see there's so many teams.
Is there any other team that's currently
around by trials? We've got 3 teams that are going to try and force their way on this west side right now.
Oh my goodness, Nags walks around the corner and Nags does what he does best, and that is close range, cause carnage. He picks up 2 finishes onto the team outside of the door. It's going to be ANC down, and Jailing survive, but only as a 2. Game of Drones now make their play. They hit the sky.
Is the
E6 trying to
stream on a delay?
with that charge rifle, trying to singe away at the players as they try and find somewhere to play. And this is the difficult part. You've got to put a lot of trust in your IGL to find a spot to play. Stay in the air as long as you can.
I don't think the stream's on a delay.
Maybe try and third party.
I mean, the bins are taking, the trucks
yeah.
taking all the ideal spots in this final circle.
I mean, to be fair, I think we'll be all right over there. I don't think we got too many buddy coming in just quite yet. It's probably gonna be a little slow growth over there, I would imagine.
At least one player has been taken down, and now this is where vision starts to be covered. The Wraith portals, the
so E6 is up on top here with a really good spot.
Just to allow people to try and get into this circle.
Doesn't look like they have too much KP thus far,
The entirety of the game. The first team here,
but they can kind of pick some up here at the end. 2R1C's got a couple of KP though in their hands. They're on the bottom floor. Honestly, low ground's not terrible here as long as you can keep cover from element 6 above you. Because as soon as element 6 does need a drop down, they kind of get exposed for a minute, right? They get that stun when they drop, or they're exposed when they drop down.
These other teams, are they able to pick up the pieces as everybody fires down on each other, and are they actually in the position to win this endgame?
It's always a difficult one with an.
Is there somebody still in way up in the top left? There's no fucking way, right?
That will be focused on. There'll be a few nades maybe thrown up towards you because you are arguably the most visible and maybe even sometimes the most vulnerable if you can hit those nades. But it depends whether you've got nades. Depends whether you've got the utility. If you have a catalyst, of course, you can send the sludge up there. You can start to do a little bit.
I'm not gonna lie, I kind of want to hang on board with K-Swinny here.
Yeah. No,
They are totally watching the main broadcast up above us, chat. That's the same thing.
Yeah, I think so as well.
Maybe not. If you do it first, I think we should be fine.
Okay.
No, I'm gonna EMP them.
Yeah, just keep it here and then we EMP and then we go.
I'm gonna have to be late, okay?
Yeah, we just have.
No, I think we don't zip. We just fuck the bucket. They bucket, just wait.
You gotta hope that somebody else can pick this fight first if you're E6.
Just wait the zone,
You want that team that's above, like right over where they're. So you want that team that's down to be able to start fighting underneath you first. Is your hope?
I'm getting them on scan again.
Yeah.
Case when he doesn't have too much as far as.
I'm silent. Nade,
Nade.
I'm on my side. You guys gonna have to go. Go fight now.
Okay. Wait for the EMP.
All right, EMP comes in.
We can play below.
Okay, play below. Play on the left then. Play on the left side. I'm batting.
Oh no, he couldn't get down into the zone, brother. That hurts, dude.
One knock. They're chasing you.
Hold on. Are they fighting each other?
Just take out.
No, because the one team's over on the other side of the Dark Veil here.
He's picking.
That's tough, bro. Okay, so 2 R1C's out, though, so that means that Case, Swinny and company are going to take second, which is really all you can ask for there, right? Especially when you're dropping from the high ground.
Might be able to close this one out in the final moments. One shot with a Kraber for a Mars doesn't connect, but it doesn't matter because Passion closed things out. And Dan Gaskin, it was all about slicing that zone in half with that Catalyst wall. The Dark Veil brings the win their way.
The main broadcast always seems so much quieter than
where it's people get a
everything else,
and they just throw it and just see what happens. That's what the end circle looked like, right? It was just disgusting to watch at times because players were literally not having a clue where anything was, except for the Seer ultimate giving them the info, and you are just hoping that you're going to hit your shots and actually hoping that they're not going to be behind.
Not too bad though. Not too bad.
Tiff, but really well played in that final circle, just to make sure you save that utility, make sure you save those ultimates to use it, and slice that final circle perfectly to give you the most room.
Yeah, usually I like slicing pizza, but watching a final end zone being sliced in half by a catwall was equally enjoyable for me, I'm not gonna lie. But it's tough, right?
I do like slicing the pizza though myself. You know what I'm saying? I can get with it.
They had
all right, let's
that was who they wanted to focus. And
double checking our managed streams here real quick, see if anybody else has popped live that we want to have in our view. We've got 9 clicked right now.
Very well played from Passion. They knew that that was the threat. 2R1C with the threat. E6 were going to take damage as they had to fall, and slicing the zone in half meant those teams were going to engage. If you can focus the team who is going to be taking less
I think we've got
engagement, you know when that fight's done that you
everybody that I would like to see, I think, selected. So I think we're going to leave it as is, especially because we do have 9, so like we've got as many views as we can get, you know what I mean?
Create the space for themselves to take advantage of. And
I would love, once we can save up some money, to be able to do 2 separate command centers when it's available. That way I'd have basically all 20 views and basically run my own show, but we'll have to save up for that.
Ready to take on any challenge off rip. You want to do it? We'll send you home in a death box, and they did so in fashion, starting off with
we'll get there though.
BitFix Gaming. But a lot of the comments that you guys were making when you were kind of talking about the fights, especially around V2, it was really interesting, right? They had the upper hand in that engagement inside the stairwell from the get-go.
Yeah, they did. And when it comes to Ascend and BitFix, I think the problem is the fight was never finished. BitFix lost a player, they ran away, Ascend probably started their looting phase, then BitFix came back in, so then they scrapped a little bit again, and the fight was just elongated to a point where neither team was able to find any success because of it, and they both fell at the same time. I think what was the most important thing in this game, and certainly the end circle that we're about to see, is the players who are on Catalyst. And I will always stress this in the final circles. Catalyst can go through Dark Veils without having the vision impaired, so you are the one who is going to be responsible for doing that damage and giving that information. And that is a lot of pressure on your shoulders. Yeah, sure, you can go through your own teammate's Dark Veil, but if you accidentally step the wrong way and go through the other teams, your vision's going to be so cluttered and it's going to be so difficult for you to do anything. So you have to rely on your teammates' call-outs, rely on the information they're giving, and of course, rely on the Seer ultimate as well.
You made an incredibly, really solid point there, especially on Catalyst, and I'd love to talk about that later. But the match 1 results are in, and Passion kicking it off strong with 8 eliminations, a 20-point game. E6, they got into position early on that tower, and they had zone for so long, but they were only able to pick up 1 elimination. So teams that had to fight their way in, 2R1C, J-Lings able to pick up an exorbitant amount of eliminations throughout. So actually, it's really sporadic. Look down to V2 on set, 6 eliminations for them as well.
Yeah, I think it doesn't surprise me too much to see that many eliminations because of the fact that it was a very difficult zone to access for some teams who are arriving late. So you're always going to see one team have to fight their way through, and there's always going to be one victor and one loser, unfortunately. But I think E6, looking at that, placement points, great. But from the position they had, the height they had, and the chokes that they were holding down, and the vision they would have had on teams, I think it'd be a little bit disappointed to come out.
See,
with just
they are
one KP.
on same with me, bro.
No. E6, even though the game plan was good for where they wanted to play from,
I don't think the broadcast is on delay.
Did they see third-party opportunities and take them? And it would look from that finish with just 1 KP that they weren't able to.
Yeah, it's really tough. Those are the questions that I
don't
would
think
be
it is.
asking as well. I know we saw a charge rifle up in the tower as well, so you know that you can get a lot of damage and capitalize on teams rotating in.
I hope they
in order
didn't
to
try
do
and
that,
take
but
off the delay
Vex,
because they
Aurora,
thought
teams on the
because
back
there was no
half of
command
match
center,
number
bro.
one that really, we had a lot of questions. Vex won a lot. They had some good success in the last matchup, in Aurora, with the changes, kind of benching Mollywan being one of the best anchors, in my opinion, in EMEA. Now Sunset up to the challenge, and they haven't really had a whole lot of time to get that trio up to speed on set.
Yeah, I think it was an interesting for me to see the game plan. And I mentioned comfort picks. I mentioned teams looking for comps that are going to bring them a comfort, you know, how players have been used to playing on Legends for a split. And I think you look at that comp, it was Maggie, Catalyst, and
I don't like that, man. I really don't.
Wraith,
I don't like the
think,
fact
which
that I
is
can
the-
go from
what we
somebody's
saw
view
Aurora running
to the
at
main
certain points during
broadcast and it's the
split one.
same.
So it doesn't surprise me to see them go back to the comfort pit. The problem was the zone for them is just very tough to get into, especially if you take your time to loot, and a lot of teams overtake. But it's always surprising not to see Aurora force their way into those kind of zones because it's what they've done before. So I don't want to judge too early. It's the first game that we've seen Sunset on this team. It's a zone that's tough to get into, but it's also a game that they won't want to have. All of a sudden, the questions start coming again. It's like, oh, was this the right thing to do because we had a bad game? Did we?
Yeah,
maybe
it
lose a
has
little
to.
bit
It can't be
prematurely? All
on
this
delay,
stuff instead
right?
of, hey, we had a really good game. Let's try and build on this. So Aurora's still got questions to answer.
It's definitely tough, right? Especially with a lot of people looking for answers and people kind of just asking a lot of questions surrounding that team. But I think you called it right.
Oh man, I don't
It's
know.
just been one game. So with that being said, let's throw it to a quick break, right?
Let's
Because
do
we got
it.
Match number 2 getting locked and loaded, ready to have
Let's
action.
do it. Break time. Duh. All right. All right. We just gotta figure out. All right, I think I got everything running though now. I just gotta figure out the best way to kind of keep both chat boxes open to kind of be able to keep an eye on everything. But I think as long as I don't click anything up on this top screen, I'm Gucci. The problem is sometimes I do click things up on my top monitor, and then I'm no longer Gucci. You know what I'm saying? Now I just gotta figure. Sorry, though. I wonder if Exodus is doing like a watch party. Nah, Exodus just chilling and grinding. That's fair. That's fair.
WD Black.
That's
the
fair.
official storage partner of the Apex Legends Global Series.
Welcome back to the Apex Legends Global Series for the EMEA region. I'm SpiderTiff, that's Gaskin.
See, they're like at 100%.
A little bit of a break, so I have kidnapped the math wizard himself to take you guys through map number 2. What is that good? Can I call you the math wizard?
I mean, you can if you want. I think it's all a lie that I managed to live. I just use calculators and I just make sure.
I was gonna say, I
someone's
feel like it's a
pulling
little bit
the
of
data
false
and stats for me
promotion, but
just
that's
to make
fine.
me look smart. But I'm very much looking forward to this game, Tiff, because I think that it was a very difficult zone for so many teams. We saw 4 or 5 squads.
Did
just
we
rotate
happen to
early
see if
and they
anybody was
held
earning
everyone
any
else out,
early
especially
contests?
Game of Thrones, right? They made life so difficult for those teams that were arriving late.
I mean, I almost wonder if wasn't Vexed in some fights early? Or am I tripping? I mean, they are at Lava Siphon. Usually Lava Siphon gets contested, right? They seem pretty spread out, though. I think they're fine. I guess we can actually go still here.
Ascend had gone out so early in map number 1 because they seem
To fight up
excel
at
the most
Climatizer.
in that style of zones. And hey, we could see it more
Who's that, Kella?
leaning towards Epicenter. Ascend essentially splitting Fragment with GG, and Bitfix's Epicenter.
Is that Kella and
so the fact that they
2R1C?
ran into each other so early on was rather interesting.
Yeah, I don't know if both
He's
teams were just
literally
trying to spread
watching,
themselves out and trying to
bro.
get a little bit of extra loot, because I was confused as to why it was a direct
He's
contest that
literally
early on.
watching, bro.
And this is an interesting
Come
circle
on,
for both
man.
Ascend and Bitfix Gaming, really, because their drops at Epi and Fragment West, with where their circle is currently going, they'll be thinking, all right, maybe we can position ourselves to get in one of the ideal spots, especially if they're able to get that beacon information. You can see Bitfix have got the information from the ring console at Epicenter. However, it's not going to be as comfortable for the likes of Ascend. They could maybe go get the survey beacon.
Does look
at
like they're going to go and back
Fragment
down at
East, which could at
Climatizer
least
though,
give
so they're
them
not
the
going to
player
really
info a little
contest
bit
over
later.
there.
But with GG dropping there, it seems unlikely they would try and directly take that fight. But you can see why as well. Ascend are going to struggle today because they've got GG to their right, they've got Bitfix above them. You can have a lot of teams rotating from the west quickly. I'll be really interested to see how Ascend play this circle.
Well, it's rather challenging. You would think just rotating up from Fragment straight to Epi, if that is the case of where the pool is going, would be rather
Who is that
simple.
down there?
I
That's
was watching
Jarovic,
Impact
right?
North last night, and
See the
one of
coach?
teams made a rotation straight from Harvester, but instead of going through Fragment or Landslide, they actually hit a Valcolt and kind of rotated in through Epicenter.
No, he's a
itself,
player.
and it worked out really well.
Ah,
They were able to
bro,
find
I
a
don't
lot of
know,
success. So,
man.
depending on where this is going to pool, will it be like the zone I saw from APAC North? Hey, who knows?
Who do I
But
even-
Passion, living their best life, making their way over towards Harvester. Aurora, this is their drop spot, probably still here. Hierka able to find some success on Bitfix in the elimination feed thus far.
Yeah, this is a quick U-turn. This is
Dude,
a
I don't know
use
how I
every
feel
can
about
to
that,
get
chap.
out, and then probably make our way potentially through the tunnel here. Unless they can just turn and manage to hit an incredible amount of damage, they might decide they want to fight it, mainly just because of the shields that are available for them. If they notice that Aurora on white, Passion might turn, but it looks like Aurora have done enough to make themselves big and make them run away. That's so difficult to do when you are on white armor as well, to make teams scared of you, but it looks
Look
like
at this,
Aurora
chat,
didn't
watch.
take any damage.
He's
and
gonna
they
still
dealt
dead
enough
ass be watching
just to
this.
force Passion back away.
Yeah, I think it's going to be really challenging, right? Harvester, that's going to be a lot of teams' rotational paths. And if you make too much noise here, you're not going to be just fighting Aurora. You'll be fighting half the lobby on their rotational patterns. And Passion sitting on 2 purples and a blue. You're right. Aurora on multiple white shields, that should have been a fight that they would have wanted to take specifically with that armor differentials. But as we kind of gather through, we get an update on where that ring is pulling. Onset in the mic telling me it could potentially be that old South frag zone where 100 T1 chance, and it has not been seen for years.
I was thinking something similar just looking at this overhead. Look at where Vexed and Jaylings have placed themselves for this kind of old World's Edge circle. It was
Dude,
something
that
Onset
means
was
he's
alluding to at the
watching it
start
and
of the
gets
show.
so much
Actually, I think it was during
information, bro.
rehearsals
Look at
he was talking
this!
about it, that we're seeing some of these older circles that maybe haven't been as apparent in Pro League or even at playoffs, and teams are starting to notice.
Vex is in the lobby, and they
Bruv.
Oh, I don't want him to see I have white.
I know. That's good, Jay. You've done a fucking good job, bro. This is fine.
The Jaylings doesn't have much in their kit right now as far as
Flying in,
armor,
east,
as far as ammo.
I think.
They're in a little bit of trouble here. I'm not sure who that is that's pushing them, though. I can't tell.
Don't, guys, don't.
Wait, there's a fight here. What the fuck is that?
Two cells.
All right, BF Bitfix Gaming over here playing as a duo currently.
Stay in zone a bit.
They had mentioned earlier,
Don't craft a bunch of medkits.
Zerifire's the only player who's currently been removed from the lobby.
So they're done crafting as well. There's nothing else we can do.
Looks like they're trying to see if they can find themselves a way to make their way towards being able to craft or something over
Honestly, I
there.
just really struggled to do it. Maybe I'll be able to get it right today. But that's the circle that we were talking about. It is going to be just south of Fragment East for now. Teams like GG, who actually took Fragment East. I thought that GG were maybe going to be contesting down at Lava Siphon, but they've gone up to Fragment East and they'll be holding it for
All right,
now.
so we're
They'll
going to be
in a-
looking at
in a
more
safe
of that
spot, but they could
in
be
that
in trouble
choke
later when they try and
point
make their rotation.
between.
You can also see
This
Ascend
definitely ends
actually
up
went
pulling towards
north
Frag East,
over
right?
towards,
Has to.
Like kind of survey camp area, just to make sure that Bitfix weren't there.
Has to pull
They were-
towards Frag East.
I'm gonna nade
Thing on board real quick with Bitfix. Remember, again, they're playing as a duo. They're the only team that's lost a player.
I hear a zipline. They're in the building. I'm just running up here.
And I think they're just going to have to rotate out of here, man.
They're still fighting each other or not.
Jayling's in a fight still, though.
Don't panic too much about the
Really tantalizing, but gonna take a little
2R1C in a fight. I thought we had a 2R1C angle, but apparently we don't.
Yushako on the Wraith, trying to get those really advantageous LOSs by separating off just a little bit from the team. I mean, as a Wraith, I really like when it is utilized properly that way and not necessarily overextending, because you can fall back on the Q, which has that slight delay, so you've got to be careful. But ArcStars gonna
goodness,
starting things off strong, still a 2v3 here.
Big stick, but it is going to be the damage that follows his 2R1C, still confidently pushing into the truck.
Kel's going to be taken out there.
In our
first team out.
We'll actually end up with a team being wiped. So
taking over here on board real quick with start a fight. Looks like they may be in a fight here just outside of Frag. This is going to be what's tough about this circle, right? Because this circle right now closes in between Frag East and Lava Siphon, that little pinch area. There's not much for people to be able to deal with over there. Let's see here. Moving through Climatizers, Ascend.
There's a team stacked from this side of the map. I don't know if they moved already or what the fuck they are doing. Zero teams around. You guys loot, okay? You guys do that shit. Take the beacon post while there's a...
Ascend's gonna be rocking the blue here currently. Just big vibing. 2R1C, it looks like in a fight, it looks like hanging on board with the main broadcast.
And that means that a lot of these fights are going to be interesting, and it's going to come down to some of those abilities that are available for you.
Well, as some of our teams get more comfortable, who they pick for their micro rotations towards the end game. In map number 1, you saw that Wraith portal come in clutch, and ever since that kind of got the buff, a lot of people have been utilizing it end game. And Yushako here on the Wraith, they could make a play to really go for VJ's banner, and it's tough because Bitfish
I like the Wraith rotations more than the
currently sitting with 4 KP. This is a great
Valk rotations, right? Feels like it doesn't leave you out in the open as much.
Left on that banner, it's going to be rather challenging. They might decide to just, hey, let's play our life. We don't have a lot of health. You see Hiarka there with 1 syringe, 1 med kit. You can't just keep tanking the storm like that.
It's always a tricky situation. Someone's got to make the call of should I stay or should I go, as we get to now go back towards
should I stay or should I go now.
Is going to be pulling down towards that kind of southern side of Fragment that we were talking about, the 100 Thieves location that Onset was bringing up as well. It means there's going to be a lot of mountain coverage in that last circle, which naturally is going to eliminate a lot of...
Looks like Vex is in a fight over here. Hang on board with them here. Oh no, it's the Jailing, sorry.
They come back down.
One of you play with me, one of you play with me.
I'm coming.
They're over here by Geyser side.
Jay, get on me.
Yeah, well, I'm going.
I'm playing your rock.
They naded you. Careful.
I'm fine. We're going back up. This is the god spot on me. We cannot lose this.
Yeah, I know. I hear you.
They went back. One went back.
They're in a really good spot here.
Yeah,
They can hold this high ground.
Good shit.
Keep people out from moving up in from
How much
Geyser.
have we got? I'm on 45.
Take 40.
And they're playing super wide.
I need a
Jay, give me a blue.
I got it.
You got your nice, good shit. So many.
Yeah, I have no flash meds though. Literally 0.
They're just gonna be chilling here, it looks like.
Just drop me
Vex kind of taking a look in over there. Do anybody else currently in a fight? I don't think so.
Valko, another Valko going off. So
Just watch out if you get oop, guys, okay?
Yeah.
If you don't hear it or some shit.
I mean, oops have to come from like next to the mountain, otherwise they can't see us.
You're going for this, but
rid of all these gens for us with a crypto drone.
The Seat de France. We got to cast a little bit of them over with Zephyr last week. Or not last week, this last weekend.
They had to think about pushing, and we saw a lot of flesh damage, I think, that came out thanks to the Digi threat on the R9. But they didn't want to take that fight. Too risky with so many teams in the area. Still 19 squads up at the moment. You can see there the beacon information or the ring console information now for SPS. So SPS not in a bad position. This building is going to be safe for quite some time. And it looks like they're going to be more than happy to reside here and take some fights. And this is one of the areas where you can watch teams arrive. And
Jailing's in a fight.
KP. Here we go again.
One's under the cliff right here.
Flash on.
I'd rather listen in on the actual fight itself. JMW's got one. Oh, bro, everyone's won.
I've got nothing. We need to push.
Better get to that generator.
Yeah. Back. Woo! Back low.
I'm the knockdown. I'm farming him below you.
Dead.
Last guy.
Let's say you gotta finish him. Full set. Nice. Really well done.
I have nothing. I have
Wait.
Watch behind, watch behind, watch
I
behind.
can't. I'm fucking
Okay,
running.
I'm watching.
Yep, watch behind.
Our guys is clear. I have zero flash. I need to grab some meds, alright?
Yep.
I'm full healing right now.
I'm looting too.
Look how much different they look based off the settings, man. It's crazy. See who else has fight angles over here. Started fights on the northeast side of this circle.
They scouted.
By the way, guys,
this team scouted with crypto, John.
Yeah. By the way, guys, this truck is
Shut up.
Vag's flying here.
Not sure who they're holding out here.
Vag's right
But they are holding off someone.
We can maybe kill the Valk here, Lucky. You see this guy here?
Yeah, I can. Wait, they're gonna push each other, Blood. They're gonna push each other.
Yeah, maybe we can still kill us. But just keep watching here as well. This team could walk up and I'm really worried about it.
Once we creepy like overlook side, this team might wanna took our spot. It's not that careful.
They're dying inside. They died.
It's nice because they're like on the edge of circle, so they can hold teams off.
No, they're still fighting.
No, they're shooting traps.
But they do still have to worry about
They got fucking
teams rotating their way in.
And they didn't use EMP.
Good awareness there to realize that they are using a crypto, not using the EMP, so they know there's a chance that the EMP could be used on them here.
In here, eliminating Morningstar, so we're just catching the end of it. And I was doing a little bit of a watch party on just looking at the main broadcast and watching the prior day.
Is 2R1C still in?
For them to take a Valkyl, one of the players' girlfriends was like, you know, their Valkyls don't go very well, let me just tell you, and we don't get to see it thus far, but shout out to her. She was really kind, providing me some insight.
Of course, TTTV/BodyTiff if you want to catch any of those watch parties when she's there. Just a little bit of a plug. We'll get a plug in Tiff. I think that's absolutely fine. And we can see now, you know,
definitely plug Tiff, man.
This is going to be nuts, all right? I think everyone just needs to prepare themselves because you've got all these teams now going to be pushing themselves into this circle. Very little coverage, very little buildings. You've got a lot of these buildings on the south side. So you've got what? The likes of Toad.
Let's take a quick peek around here. Ascend. On the northwestern side of the circle, they do have a little bit of control over here on the train tracks.
Boss here.
Rocking the purple, blue.
No, here is not good. I think in the middle,
Take a quick on look at your board real quick. Gaiman Gladiators with Hardeki here. Also has a little bit of the broadcast in the background.
Убили.
Сейчас подойдем, значит.
Дали стенку,
Можем подходить.
Not sure what to do with that.
Там две ульты.
Аккуратно, нас с горы видно.
Да.
Там я фулл сейв.
Можно почекать этот файт. Смотрите спину тут один.
Сир, контакт сюда. Помочь?
Нет, не летел.
Валь кого понял, да.
Потом сир.
Пушит.
Riggedy right. Oh! Hardeki able to finish him off with the Mozambique. Started to fight esports out. Top 15 here now. 2R1C also out. So they weren't in. Or they were still in.
Nice. Хилься. Я покажу спину. Спина, близко один чел.
Подойдите ко мне. Резать.
The team is trying to go for the res. Element 6 going to get taken out. Really well done by Hardeki.
Да.
To be able to hear that, be able to play that out.
На коробках файт перед нами.
They're not currently in a fight. Let's go ahead and hang on board over here with Ascend, Lufka and company.
We're gonna have to move.
We had talked about how they're on that northwestern side of the zone. Does look like they're going to have to rotate a little bit here.
At least to Valkult, we need to play there. It's way safe for the Valkult.
Okay, let's go now. No?
Go now. Let's drop down here.
Wings out. 45 seconds until enclosure.
It's honestly a really good rotate.
Guys, I don't think we do anything. Yeah, on the building. Chill.
I can fence that.
I'm gonna break the door. Yeah. Okay.
Hang on board real quick with Vex here.
I push from right side, Teller. Right side.
I think they just finished off Jade Links.
Okay? I don't have wall.
We got ooped. The team landed. Come on me. On me and safe. I'm pretty sure we got ooped. Our south spot.
They're going over.
Yeah, we did. Team landing here close.
Another team landing in here by Vex. They need to push on that, especially because you got broken shields.
We need to swing right and use their wall.
Crack them all.
We have to go through this wall and play the left side. Not yet. I'm good. Come to me. I'm good right now. I'm on the gen. I thought item 2.
I looted.
Will you pop your ult tech? I'm lucky.
Yes, I will.
Alright, we do the same wall and we have to fight left. We have to.
Yeah.
Good call. So they're worried about that team on their right over here. And you want to make sure that you can still get yourself a good rotation into the zone.
Do it now, do it now, do it now.
Yeah. I have to walk.
Fast.
Oh no, you got a team uphill to your left too.
I hit you guys hard. Wait,
one sec, bang ult. Wait.
Yeah, wait. Walk it in. I will not have seal.
Aurora out.
No, walk it open, crack! Play behind the wall, keep playing behind the wall.
Nice.
I'm destroying the... They got two, new team there.
There we go. Top 10 here now for Vex.
Coming. I'm on it. No gun, dead.
Nice. That's ANC outplay. If UT Esports also still out. Or also out. They should be in where they're at on the zone, which means they might be able to get this revive. They just need to make sure that they can play this thing all the way through. Oh, and Vex is going to go down. That's tough, man. Unfortunate, man. See if we got who's still in. We got Ascend still in here.
Look, I'm on top of us, no? I need to heal. He's pushing. Push. 3v1. He's that point.
Nice by Ascend here.
I'm holding. Heal. Guys, just heal. I'm holding.
You cannot come back. We have zone. Put the gun down.
I don't have Giant.
He said put the gun down.
Got it.
Ascend's in a pretty good spot. Remember, we saw a lot of the people more on that southern side of the zone. They are still in the circle where they're at.
Wait.
They've got a couple of pieces that they can use for cover as well while the next zone starts closing in.
They're dropping down. They're making a move on the solo. Maybe we can get this rock together. Together, boys.
Wait for me. I'm not with you.
Nice. Now they're going to be like dead center of this fifth ring.
Steer cracked. On top.
They're going to have high ground as well. Passion's out. Very nice.
I'm going back. They wasted the ulti. They don't have ulti for the last fight. Back ulti. Just play together, boys.
Go to me. They welcome us. We're fucked. They may up. Where's the up?
They're laying on their back. We just have to get into third party this shit.
All right, they'll be fine here. Honestly, Ascend's in such a great spot here to end this game, champ.
Let him fight. Put pressure. Don't full fight. Just put pressure, okay?
They don't need to push it too much. They just make sure they continue poking from across the way.
They don't have ulti. Chill.
Good use of the Dark Veil here to make sure that you protect your line of sight.
We push from the right, okay?
They definitely swing this thing to the right and kind of make this go all the way around the outside. Kind of hug. You want to hug this rock potentially.
Low.
Nice. There's a team behind you though, bro.
I need lights. Okay, I'm good.
Nice.
I'm taking the top. Behind. Back to two guys behind. Two guys.
Too easy here for Ascend as they're going to wipe it up. That makes things look so easy here, man. And Ascend comes out on top.
Listen to me, boys.
Game number 1.
Well played,
or game number 2, sorry. Really well done.
Helping each other. Getting kills and helping each other. Leave the rest to me.
Together. Just need to be together. Nothing else.
Fucking go.
Ascend went down early in game number 1, so that's like a big bounce back game.
Vamos, caralho.
It was such an Ascend final circle as well, I will say, Tiff. The amount of times they position themselves in circles like that, where they create space, they dominate whoever joins them. And
they did a really good job of controlling the map there.
Top after a difficult match number 1, they've made things up in match number 2.
Yeah, we were always talking about Ascend being one of the most consistent teams, and you think back to Split 1, where they historically had won an enormous amount of match days, finding so much success, historically being one of the best zone teams in EMEA. So finding a match win here in match day number 5 this early, that's exactly what we want to see. And I'm sure Onset's kind of lying in wait, I'm ready to pick his brain kind of about what we just experienced. So, Onset, where are you at?
I'm here. I was summoned and I appeared. That's quite
There's Onset.
By the way, I think it's a power that you should use very, very sparingly. It was a crazy game, though. I think one thing that I'm very happy with is that I called zone off of that zone, which surprised me. I was like, wait. I genuinely looked at it. I was like, wait, this is a zone we haven't seen literally for years. That one. I can't remember the last time we saw an endgame there, apart from, you know, that 100 Thieves Kungana, as they were known at the time, win that they got for champs. And it was very interesting to see how quickly, like Dan mentioned, teams recognized where that zone was going to go. It wasn't like it was a surprise to them. And like we were discussing before the show.
All right, so 2 games in. Let's see if we've got updated.
Like, hey, we are seeing some really old zones here, so let's start playing for them. The way that Vex set up in that choke was really good.
The Wikipedia scores on the EMEA side.
You saw Jailing's trying to do the same as well on the other choke just south of it, but execution and endgame. You know, Ascend saw where all of the business was going down, where all the teams were kind of stacking up on each other.
You know what I could do though?
They just took the other side of zone. They cleared that out and they won the 3v3
I need to get my.
When you put Ascend in a 3v3 engagement, you always think back to the TSM versus
standings creator though for YouTube.
Fluff their lines. They were perfect.
The chat over there.
Look, you're gonna give me a heart attack on set because every time I think back to it, we get to witness it at the top of every broadcast, and you really get to see every bit of it. And I want to give a shout out to Lufka for pulling a massive 1v3 in scrims this week, but this is the most disgusting thing I've ever seen.
All right, chat, I'm going to go use the restroom here real quick. I'm going to leave you guys with the main broadcast. I'm going to boom it up a little bit. That way you guys can hear it while I step away.
Like, yes, that's what I want to hear after a 1v3. That's what I love.
I mean, the passion was there, Gaskin. The passion was there.
All right, I'll be right back, chat.
Sometimes that passion can, be taking you from scrims into competitive lobbies and gives you that confidence as well. Like, confidence is everything in Apex Legends. We've spoken about that so many times. When you get into those final engagements and into those 3v3s, if you are not feeling yourself as a team, if you're not feeling yourself as an individual that you're going to be winning these engagements, maybe you back off. Maybe you take a bat instead of actually just trying to hit the one clip or trying to take that extra shot, trying to take that extra angle to support your team. And we've been alluding to it. One little mistake in a lobby like this at a time like this can cost you not necessarily just points, but it could cost you a playoff spot at the end of the day. So you've got to make sure that you do utilize that confidence.
Especially with a lot of those end games turning out to be rather open compared to historically. But as we look through some of these highlights, 2R1C, Hella Gaming kind of making their way over in Climatizer, and this engagement kind of took a really long time, right? And then you see Jailings making their way into that choke point. You would think that they would find a lot of eliminations here, and I'd be curious to see at the end of this, like, kind of how they fared on set. But you alluded to it, right? You kind of told me, you're like, that 100 Thieves Kangarna zone, they're wanting to make sure that they solidified their space now rather than later.
It's a very difficult zone to play early, unless you have one of those chokes. You have to kind of work your way through Fragment if you're coming from the north of the zone, and then you kind of expose yourself because there's only a couple of rocks that you can really play behind, which is why you saw Vex trying to prioritize these bin positions and really kind of creep their way up, wait for the rest of the lobby to do the damage and try and capitalize. And they did a pretty good job of it up until a couple of those final fights where they were just kind of outnumbered, to be honest. The rest of the lobby hadn't done their job on that side of the zone as Vex came in and, to be honest, picks up a good placement and a good amount of KP as well. But I think the story coming out of this behind Ascend is I threw a little bit of shade, I'm not gonna lie, at GG coming into this second game, because I said I haven't spoken about them much this split because there hasn't been much to speak about. And all of a sudden, it was like they were watching the stream. They were like, okay, we'll show you something right now. We'll pick up 9 KP. We'll put 18 points on the board. And they are such a confidence and momentum team, Gaming Gladiators, that could be the one game that kicks them off to have like a monster day today. So I think certainly a team to watch going into the next game of World's Edge, and certainly on Stormpoint too.
Look, the passion is back.
The passion is back. Let's rely on that word.
After they cleared their back, the ability to pick up all of the eliminations. Granted, they started in frag, they made a journey out to epicenter, they were looking to get ring information, they made their way back over. It paid off in dividends. But the question here is, Aurora, 1 elimination, 2 total points. Jailings kind of operating that choke point, able to grab 4 eliminations for a total of 5 points. But E6 able to throw down and find 7. Now, granted, they didn't get a lot of placement points, but it doesn't really matter because they completely flipped how they operated. Map 1, it was all placement points. Map 2, all elimination points, Gaskin.
Yeah, I think that getting some elimination KP is so important for a squad like E6.
All right, so that's a good question. I see someone posting about people wanting payment before stuff in the industry. I feel like
don't get much out of it.
Asking for a little bit up front isn't
you start to second guess yourself a little bit. Are we too scared to take fights? Should we have taken some of the third-party opportunities?
See if our scoreboard's on.
Are we going to be rusty getting into the fights? And it seemed like E6 just said, look, this is a circle where we can take some fights. Let's make sure we get some KP. I think if you can pick up kind of 8+ points in every single game, you'll put yourself in a pretty good spot at the end of things. And maybe you'll just have one of those big chunkers as well that gives you a big old game that can suddenly put you at the top of the leaderboards.
Ooh, speaking of top of the leaderboards, let's look at the series results. Passion still reigning supreme.
27 points. All right, here we go, chat. I got upgraded, updated scoreboards over on.
Climbing and closing that differential with 24. And as you can see, Vexed Gaming, you know, they were the prior winners of the matches A versus C meet.
Over on
currently
YouTube.
sitting in 9th place. And then you've got Foot Esports, relatively consistent, moments of brilliance, not necessarily starting off on the strongest foot that they would like. Nightmare
I'll
Esports,
copy and paste this on Kick just so y'all can see it.
Denze no longer with Nightmare, so just trying to find their footing as well. But in a game of,
so it's
essentially,
there.
you mentioned it, Gaskin. You
In case
need
y'all
to be
need it.
extremely confident. Having to go through all of these changes, fix all your like tiny mistakes, and then still.
That's
perform
after
the best
2
of your
games,
ability,
chat.
Really challenging.
We still have a couple here to go. One more on World's Edge.
That circle, made an early rotation, and then weren't able to get into the position that they wanted to. Found themselves in a building, and then they looked at each other and said, "Okay, well, where do we go now? What happens here? Like, where are we going to be able to pick up our points?" And there were so many teams who were in a similar position, and that was actually one of the most fun final circles that we've seen in quite some time, where everyone had to push in at the same zone, and you had to try and use catalyst walls. You had to try and get the dark veils down just to give you any sort of cover because
So a lot
there was
of
so much open ground.
Closest to the top.
I mean, you didn't get to be on the mic for this, so you were probably.
You know what I mean? There's still some left.
To hear your thoughts. You called this
Passion still sitting at the top by 3 points. Guyman Gladiators hasn't won a game.
Yeah, I get about 1 out of 20
and still up in the
and
run.
I obviously let everyone know the one that I get right, because if you make it, if you're the loudest one in the room, then you sound smart. But Ascend in this fight, I think the one thing that they did really well was they didn't try and kill the rat too quickly in this final moment. I think they knew where he was, and then they were able to get into a position where he wasn't able to shoot them in the side. He was always going to do more damage to GG than he was to Ascend. That was why they focused on GG before really worrying about where that rat was going to be. The rat got dealt with by GG and Ascend combined, but Ascend having that high ground in that final moment, it's just... someone had to overextend from GG. They didn't have the height advantage, and sometimes we talk about ultimates, we talk about, you know, utility, grenades, whatever it is. Sometimes you just got to have the high ground. It is as simple as that. And
I think my soup should be done. Be right back,
They missed their shots, so they won that game pretty comfortably.
Well, it was impressively done, and I'd be curious to see if Ascend, one of the most consistent teams in EMEA, can kind of keep the ball rolling forward now that they've got that win under their belt. But match number 3 is about to be locked and loaded, so I want to send it off to Onset Gaskin. Take it away, boys.
No messing around. I love it when we get back into the games as quickly as possible, Dan. It was a fascinating endgame, I will say, and a lot of teams, like I say, almost not surprising, but are very aware of where these end zones are starting to play out as well. And I'm wondering if World's Edge is going to throw up a few more surprises for us in those end games.
Right, Jam.
For Ascend, consistency continues, Dan. A monster game from them, and we always talk about if you have one monster game in a game day on a Pro League week, then you set yourself up pretty good for a good finish towards that the final standings when they pop up.
Yeah, I do worry about Ascend when we get to Storm Point, because that's when an actual contest will drop down, but they were able to avoid like
so we've got
brawl at the start of the game, which
one
is,
more game left here on World's Edge.
Overextending a little bit, looking for more loot when they shouldn't have in match number 1, and you can see how it benefited Ascend that they were actually able to loot properly.
Fine.
And it was a very interesting rotation they made. I just want to touch on it briefly. They
what
went
up, King? How you doing, buddy?
And made sure they hit the ring console so they could get the info and then they could arrive late. Had they not got that
Yo,
ring
King,
console
how is the
information,
YouTube stream look compared to normal when you're in here?
From them, and we'll
same?
see whether they go for something a little bit different or
shouldn't look better, but it should look the same, yeah?
This zone goes, but it is going to mean Ascend. They've got the points. Kashira said it himself. They want to get first overall today, and a victory in match number 2, it certainly gets them one step closer.
No surprise.
All right, we're gonna turn this down just a little bit. Now we're going into game here. Because we're gonna start searching around some of our maps, see if we have anybody. I don't think we have anybody in contest, right? I think we figured that out last game.
One thing that I think a few teams who are landing
I don't think we have the climatizer contest on our.
Get a little bit of help and a little bit of love from the Apex gods. And hey, look at that! It's almost as if I have a crystal ball at the moment. I don't know why that just happened. I can tell you that it wasn't scripted, but we are going down south, Dan.
So I bet you this ends down at that launch site dome.
A little bit of lava siphon just outside.
Nah, launch site dome.
Just hashtag scripted is going to be in there because Onset seems to have all the notes for today. But yeah, we're going to be heading down.
Should know by now that I cursed the Pro League for so many teams for so long that that's just not true. So you should know
so long. But that was also because you were writing the script, but just in a bad way. But it's fine. You've got better.
Good call. Good call.
Southeast, as you'd mentioned. I think one of the biggest telltales of teams predicting zones better now was how quick Vexed moved, by the way. You know, Vexed, who like to play edge every now and then, like to play the aggressive style. They moved so quickly. To
Long-side dome. Woo! Called it before the first ring come up. Let's go. Or the next ring came up.
How important it is to play zone and make sure you are in one of the better positions. And with how heavy this is.
Oh, kickstarting their streaming app tonight, huh?
Guys that are dropping down towards launch site, Lava Siphon, Lava City, and even Big Mord. You've got to move fast here. You've got to make sure you take advantage of the buildings and the space that's going to be available to you, because otherwise teams are going to overtake you. You've got to be the quicker team.
I'm very interested to watch Vexed game plan here as well. We've always discussed, you know, at the start of the split, we heard it. We're trying to see if that is actually coming to fruition.
So no one actually fighting here.
Itself, they want to play zone. They want to get
Vex rotating in early. I kind of want to hear what their decision is, and then knowing that there's already teams down here at Dome, champ.
Just checking for some scan.
Wicked.
Go below, go below. Yeah.
Dropping.
All right, so they know that they're clear for to go over for scan.
I'm checking. I think other building is better, guys. I think we move there.
All right.
Like it's better for late game.
Oh, they don't need a scan. They already have a scan. Never mind, champ.
After one here, Tele. I hear steps runners, by the way. Watch out, Tele here. This way.
My building is free. My building is free. They're massive.
There's gonna be too many. There's gonna be so many buildings down there free for right now.
On in match number 2, and they were taken down. And this.
No, I mean, there's only gonna be what, 2 teams maybe?
You've got to just try and escape and group up. It's 2R1C again who are just going to be hunting them down, and it's not a team you really want to be going up against here.
Yeah, 2R1C doing a lot of damage at the moment. They're breaking some shields. They're certainly going to be breaking some hearts to the fans of their opponents at the moment.
That Nemesis, once he gets rolling, bro, just so disgusting.
Left alive who is just scarpering away and thinking, you know what, maybe this contest wasn't the best idea in the world, but maybe he's decided...
2R1C's kind of had a pretty decent day here. I mean, 9 kills in second place last game. Currently in 4th overall.
Surely there's no way you see a 1v3 happening here. You've got to just try and escape and hope to try and play placement. Nope, not going to happen.
Keller Gaming going to go out there.
And Keller Gaming are out. The trouble with trying to play placement and even having that in the back of your mind is because of the
it's so unreliable
nowadays in the lobbies. You can't really rat out as successfully as you could back in the day. I mean, I know we've had Seer for a long time, and I think that has stopped.
Yeah, I
as successful, but
launched a Kick channel today, King. I'm actually multi-streaming over there right now.
Trying to go for that 1v3 clutch, because if you hit it,
it seems to be running pretty smooth.
To get you some points.
I gotta get a little bit more acclimated with like the bots and stuff over there.
Lackluster finish in like what 17th, 18th, and get nothing anyway.
Yeah, I think just get it down and finish. Just get 1 KP. Just get out of the game and realize that
it was kind of like a last-second decision for me to try to pop live over there today. But I figured, why not? You know, that's why I asked earlier about the quality over here on YouTube, because I'm multi-streaming. I just wanted to make sure like the YouTube wasn't taking any dip. You know what I mean?
Lava City. On the most southern building that we do have in Lava City, they're gonna have to work their way uphill towards the
chat. There are teams in this lobby that we got to cast on Saturday over in Zephyr Showdown, like the seat to fronts here.
Lots of smokes down.
This weekend was fun, man. I just cursed it. I cursed everything. I cursed everything. It's awful.
For just
we're fine. We're fine.
So let's see France taking their time at the moment just to reset. And it's always a good idea. Sometimes when you get that first knock and you do a little bit more damage, you have to.
Let's see if we got anybody else fighting here currently.
Shield cells, not get too carried away with.
Doesn't look like it. Thinking, oh, look again, man. 2R1C's literally just streaming the.
Becomes a 2v2, and all of a sudden you're panicking. But this is where all
the main broadcast, bro. I don't understand.
Jailings, they've made a quick rotation once again, and one thing I have been very impressed with is how quick Jailings have found somewhere to play in these games. We saw the first game over by Trials. Where were Jailings? They were inside of Trials, by the way. Morning Stars and Passion.
Passion out early.
On their way forward, but
that's going to open up the lobby a lot. Guyman Gladiators looks to be holding someone out that's rotating in kind of from that cave by Lava City. Also has someone behind him at Dome shooting him. Guyman Gladiators, another one of those teams sitting up a little bit higher on the scoreboard. They were in 3rd going into this game. Yeah.
Мне дали...
Yeah, it seems legit. I figured I might as well check it out, you know?
Из будки, типа, агрессируют.
Подходит.
Да, ему
Надо вот сюда, чтобы кого-то посадить, пацаны, кто будет играть там.
Играй там ты, Сир.
Окей.
Like, I'm not streaming on Twitch with the multi-stream, but that's for the same reason I wasn't doing YouTube and Twitch, you know what I mean?
Дорогу надо... Дорогу смотреть.
Okay, so they're not going to end up seeing anything over here.
Не, нормально, арестов.
Do we not have any angle for
Хай патрон был, это
Aurora?
Aurora are going to be defending this with their lives, but I mentioned one team fight can change things for Aurora. Maybe this is the game where all of a sudden they come to
No, we're not
life.
getting anything from
I
Aurora.
think everyone would love to see it.
I'm about to take Jerebic off, bro, if he's just going to be fucking...
Fans would want to see it.
If he's just going to be showing us the main broadcast.
Back, but they're unfortunately going through a new design function, right? We're going to have to see how Sunset is going to fit in. And until we start to see more engagements happen, like, we're going to be questioning, are they going to ever be as good as the previous Aurora? As all the teams that have already rotated up towards Dome, or down towards Dome, should I say, they're just...
Wait, what happened with Aurora? Did they make a roster change? That I didn't realize?
To level up those Evo shields.
There's no way, right?
See engagements happen right now. The engagements are only going to be forced when teams arrive a little bit later. Just looking across compositions as well, Mark. It's stabilized a little bit in match number 3 here. It's Valkyria Catalyst.
Oh, Sunset's over there. I didn't realize that.
Changes here or there. You've got 5 bangs, 4 Watsons, a few cryptos, but we are
when did that happen?
seeing that main
this week?
Valkyria Catalyst being ever prevalent here in these lobbies.
One thing to note here for Vex Gaming as well is keeping an eye on the weaponry and seeing if they're going to have a good enough armory, so to speak.
Yeah, we got to sit down with Vex head of performance actually over on YouTube this week. Had a really good chat with him.
One of the questions always when you're looking at a zone team.
Take a look at some of these teams over here, see what they got going on. Start a fight.
To grab on the left, so I can actually do damage.
Currently over at Tree.
Wait, they're Valkyrie. Cool.
No, sorry, launch site. I'm an idiot. Don't mind me.
Yes.
Yeah, they are still there. Now this team moves, so they might not hit it because they are fully. They might.
A quick look over here with Ascent.
Play with white post?
They're on the north side of launch site, still just chilling.
Like the only other choice we have is going launch site.
E6 is about to be rolling over through Lava Siphon now, working their way down towards zone. Triple purples all the way around, looking pretty decent in their own right here. And it does look like this actually is going to be more of that Dome complete finish here versus Dome and launch site.
Take the LOS on the right.
They're getting EMP'd and shit, bro.
Maybe they're fighting with the strippy that, but I doubt it. I think he's just farming his shield and the EMP is probably Samsung playing, yeah.
Outside of this first circle, though, that's where I'm going to
be
keeping an eye on the map overhead. Like, how do they rotate in? Do they go for the kind of balls to the wall play of just trying to get the skyward dive, sending?
I thought he was just looking at a multi-stream, then I was going to be really concerned.
Playable areas. We've seen many.
Like, if other people aren't concerned about it, I'm not concerned about it.
But you might just be able to take that risk and hope it does. But Lazida France still posturing up against the team opposite in the building. Again, it's just info gathering. It's trying to level up Evo shields, but usually nothing happens. But when you see a Wraith suddenly portaling, you might get a little bit interested in this one.
The portal
coming in from the car here from Yulu. It's not going to do the damage to really extend the invitation to push off the back of it, but I kind of love this. He's taking the height. He's making sure they control as much of this building as they can. Got to be careful, of course, not to get shot in the back from the teams which are above you, but I'm pretty sure this is a solo player, and even though the damage was done,
Lazida France
got to be extremely careful here and make sure that the rate
doesn't the duo.
It's not just a solo though.
Oh my goodness!
By nature as 2
Sheesh.
are eliminated. It was a very, very tough rotation for them right from the northern POI that they drop at, but drop they do, and they will drop out of this lobby as we have 16 squads now remaining.
Wow, Lil Max just about surviving. M47, excuse me, just about surviving. V2 are the team that are trying to advance on this one.
Closing in over here at Lava Siphon.
To play with afterwards.
For what? From where? With what?
Right
with the Mozambique?
Will hit the
No fucking way.
And that Mozambique can do a little bit of damage, even if it's from distance, it would seem.
It does indeed. You get them hammer points back, and you certainly do be shredding, especially from a bit of distance. We know that from some arenas games that we casted in the past. That certainly maybe it got a bit more range than you think sometimes. Here goes K Swinney though. He's trying to just lay down a little bit of damage for his teammates to take advantage of. And
all right, V2 going to be out.
Momentum certainly on their side. They pick up the kills that they need onto V2. We have 15 squads remaining. 1 minute and 44 seconds for them to reset.
Look, he's just dead ass looking in on the fucking brain broadcast, bro.
They're only in Lava Siphon, and they've got 15 squads still ahead of them before they get to zone.
Yeah, I mean, E6 were one of the teams who had to travel the furthest, and they did take their time before making their initial rotation, but at least they've won the first couple of engagements, right? They've been able to at least pick up the KP. Now they can make sure they get the resources. They can think about their plan of action. They do have time to do so. It's 1 minute 20 still on the clock, so they can discuss how they want to try and play through, but you're right. They've got...
See who we got. Looks like there's going to be more of that southern zone. A couple of teams going to have to rotate down there quite a bit. Like K Swinney and company here.
No, wait, go launch and fight launch now.
You can see though they just got that beacon scan, so they do know where plenty of people are.
How do we get to that?
All right.
Good kill. That's what we want.
Bitfix Gaming rotating their way in here. Or no, sorry, Bitfix out. This is Ascend rotating their way in here.
Blue post if you need.
Guys, start thinking about the move.
Oh, we're just all cool, bro. Like we're fine.
Watch out the team on top.
Element 6 here.
Existing
Moving their way in here.
What the fuck are they doing? We can't play all either. We're gonna have to work in. Is this team just gonna die with us, I guess?
He's hit, I guess they're just gonna die.
I can set up my drone for the cross if you need to.
Yeah, you have to, I think.
In my bucket too. Can you look at it?
I'm trying to watch it. This guy's out of my LOS.
No, we find the drone is set up right now.
Okay.
We're gonna need to slide on.
Yeah, I'm ready. You can
Careful with the arc.
IMP now.
Okay, I'm going.
Alright, EMP comes in.
Slide on.
Are they just gonna take
Keep your
logo?
wall if you can. It's fine.
Damn, it's alright. He should be able to climb far enough underneath that they aren't gonna want to drop down. Right? So they should be good to get the res here. More than likely.
You're gonna vacuum, I think. Go, res again. You can? Move up with me.
Yeah, they should be fine. Okay, they're just playing as...
Close the gap on the wall on me.
They're just gonna play as a duo here.
76.
Bro, he's watching the... He is watching somebody else!
I don't see anyone.
There's two teams,
Bro.
there's two teams. Oh,
He's dead ass watching someone else, dog. Are they still in this game? Chat, we need to see a 2R1 season this game.
I do, take it. I can pop another silencer from my ulti as well. They'll keep on looking, the team on tunnels keep on looking at us.
I got no, they have to...
189, 189 on that bank.
They're not peeking. Yeah, I'm just checking what the fuck they're doing.
So Ascend, remember they had that big game last game. Trying to see if they can figure out a way to like move their way in here.
Solo's here on the low ground, and the other two are here on the top.
They do have a little bit of a ways to go as far as on this rotation here.
Solo's here.
Isn't from the... No, he got scanned. Here. 140. Kill the guy. Nice.
Keep playing as a unit, boys, as a unit. The team on the bottom can't do shit.
I'm gonna sit back on board with Hardeki here. They're looking, I think, away over at Ascend, right? That was them looking at Ascend, right?
Их поджимают. Да, они за вот этим камнем очень далеко. Вот тут. Один красный. Эти пушат.
Надо дорогу посмотреть.
Oh, this is tough, bro. Guyman Gladiators, though, is rocking the triple purple, so they're looking pretty solid, at least as far as for now. I do kind of want to watch Ascend rotating this in, because it does seem that they've got a couple of teams looking their way here.
Just go back.
They're also rotating their way up.
Go back to our spot and let's hold. No time. No. Yeah, okay. Careful with the team on the back. Maybe we need to be a bit more deeper, no?
Come.
All right, let's see who else we got in fights here. Matafe and company from Vex are already in Dome. This circle is going to rotate a little bit more to the east or to the west of them.
But I think we go through this entrance, me and you, Tyler, like between here.
Yeah, it's all you guys then.
Wait.
I'm waiting a bit longer.
On the roof? Or? Yeah, on us.
All right, so Aurora is going to be in a fight here.
I'm going to see. I have to.
Do it.
Do the wall.
Now
You
we
need to go
can.
other door,
Yeah,
other door,
okay,
other door,
yeah,
other
we
door.
gotta go other way, come.
Nice.
Just
They're
a
rolling
solo.
up on one. Let's see if the
Come
front's
here.
gonna be out in 12.
Come here. Wall them now.
Yes, I am. Come to me, come to me, come to me,
For,
come to
for,
me.
make the door out, make the door out. For the door.
Yeah,
Watch out. Watch out for the fucking window.
Yes, I know, I
I'm
know.
getting arc.
All right, Game of Drones out in 11th here.
They're fighting inside. I got the door, I got the door.
J-Ling's
guys.
also out. Vex trying to see if they can push their way into this building here. I think there's a team, a full squad in here, I believe.
Got the shield. Hopping about.
Nice. Roof is free too.
Yes.
Yeah, roof on me.
Yeah, I'm climbing up.
Yeah, we have their door so they can't run out on us.
Yeah.
I'm gonna go check if that's in next zone. 1 second.
Wall is gone, yeah.
Guys, we gotta kill them.
Kill
This is so fucking shit. Yeah, shoot that first, and then we kill the team inside.
Aurora's now out as well.
Shoot this first. I hit 170. Oh, actually, I think we
I'm
look
gonna
inside
pick the door, I'm
now.
gonna pick the door.
Yeah, well,
Yeah.
What? 2 on your door.
On my door.
Yeah.
On me, Kellis crack.
All right, so Vex needs to make a play out inside this donut here.
I'm looking from the back.
If they can get this cover, that'd be big. They need to push in. Big shots from Matafe.
Get the low, get the low, get the low. On my door.
Yeah.
I can't get in.
Dead.
Nice, play slow now, play slow now. Play slow.
Yeah.
That's gonna be ANC out, play out.
On me, Kellis last.
Yeah, I'm shooting to the window.
Yeah, I'm watching for you. Just don't run.
Yeah, all good.
Stay there.
I'm holding for you. I'm holding for you. Okay, we can swing whenever you want.
Yeah,
We kill them, we got city. Yeah, go.
Play this
Make
fast.
this door, make this door. I'm watching back.
All good, yeah.
Very nice. Very well done by us.
One sec. Right now.
Vex here to play this safe.
I'm swapping
I think
back.
he's just under our building, no?
Maybe.
I can scan now.
Okay.
I'm scanning something. I don't know. Check it. No. Can you watch it back if you have loot? This.
Yeah, I'll go over it.
Yeah, I just need fucking cells.
I can give you. I've never got scanned from the back, guys. I don't know what's
the other
happening.
side of the wall. Yeah, the other side of the wall. South
Here,
wall.
4 cells.
Goodness.
So 7 squads,
one in the middle right now. He's gonna walk
17
into the
players. So you
middle.
probably have at least
He just
one
died,
duo.
just
FUT Esports out.
Team on this building, they have a knock. Here, res,
I'm
trying to
picking.
res.
2 players short of a full lobby
Maybe,
here for
maybe,
6
go.
teams here currently.
Yeah, I am.
There's a team playing there. Is the rock? I'm coming to
checking
rock as
around.
well, bro. I'm coming to
Yeah,
rock
yeah.
as well. Fuck this.
I think this might be Vex's game.
Yeah. There were no.
Everyone's kind of over on that other side of the zone here.
Look here on this rock, on this rock. Crack one hard.
They kind of get the middle of the zone for free, for real, for
I'm
real.
climbing up and looking.
Diamond Gladiator's now going to be out.
I can't get an angle. Like, it's sliding me.
Yeah, I can't get it.
I think Neil died.
I can't get it.
Can I queue it? Kraber, watch out.
Yeah.
So what,
any
one
way we
player
can-
in this
No, exactly.
building? Or no?
So it's a solo. It's a solo somewhere. Under. Full team outside, full team inside, solo under the building probably.
Team outside is looting. Yeah. Okay, guys. Unlucky.
Where does this zone
Yeah, where is it
close?
standing?
Like
Where
right
is
in
it
the middle of the
I
lava?
can't see.
Here somewhere. I don't know.
It's
I
on the
don't think-
bridge. On this.
Can't
On
ping
here.
it.
Here.
Fucking hell.
Alright, unlucky. Can you make the wall from me forward? We can play here.
Where the fuck are you? Yeah,
Listen,
okay,
listen,
someone
listen,
show
listen,
my-
listen, listen. Unlucky, listen to me right now. Come to me. You're gonna have to jump to this ledge down here. See it?
Yeah.
And then wall this
Yeah.
way.
Okay.
Okay, so you wall
Over the-
everyone.
Will it go across the lava?
Yes, 75. Yeah, okay, I'll do it.
There's no way that goes across the lava,
You
right?
have to do it
Around-
early, as
around
late as
when?
possible.
Around
As
when?
late as possible.
Okay. Somebody should.
Yeah, I'll shoot it for you.
Okay, it's
No,
fine.
no,
Yeah,
no.
okay. That's fine, whatever.
So you got one team in the rock across the way.
Same,
It looks like one team in that building
But we're
to the
not-
right.
We're not so long in though. I think me doing the.
We're in until the end. There,
From
like.
like, how
I
far?
know, but we just force everyone else to fight each other.
Okay.
That's the point.
Yeah.
I'm also gonna see rotate.
Couple
Just have to
shots.
go open space then and like crouch back. Okay, go now maybe. I know.
Already?
Maybe you can wait a bit. We can wait here a bit.
Good
We
on
can
me,
wait here.
good on me, good on me.
Even on me, even on me right now. Look where I am. I'm pretty safe on me.
Okay.
They're fighting us all. They
Do it now, do it now, do it now, do it now.
Yeah, I'll do it now.
There it is, comes in.
I'm
Yeah,
still
that's-
looting.
oh my
I'm
God.
still looting in the
I'm
middle.
healing.
You're gonna see them there, okay? You're gonna see them. You're gonna see them.
That's a pretty solid Cyril, honestly.
I can't.
I cracked Valk.
I'm arcing it. Letting it.
Yeah, it's. Safe spot right
Have to
side.
sell.
Popping about. We need to focus this. Look at this.
Yeah.
I think we stay here. They've made another wall for us.
Yeah.
Look right. Look right.
Honestly,
look
they've
right.
got a really good spot if they just chill right where they're at in the middle
Just
of
shoot
this
right.
bridge.
Look at these guys outside.
They just have to make sure no one comes in from behind.
Solo here, solo here. On top base.
He's inside.
Oh, that's a send going out. Reply totem out. It's a 1v3 here. Tyler's not going to be able to finish this off here, unfortunately.
Yeah, I got grief, but
Really well done. It's SPS coming up, huh?
It won't be magic from post-kill. Reply totem eliminated is now a 3v3 between Vex and SPS, but it might not be a 3v3. It's going to be a W instead as SPS from the edge of the dome.
And SPS did a pretty solid job there. They were in 9th before that game. Should move them up into that top 3. Maybe even a little bit up into that top 2, top 1 potentially.
It was actually post-kill who really annoyed Vex. He was able to get a knock onto one of the Vex players as the solo rat. And I think Vex will be a little bit peed off about that one, but fair enough to Ascend, right? It was looking like it was all doom and gloom when they were in 8th, and then somehow they not only get into the top 4, but also KP alongside it. So shout out for post-kill, but it's all about SPS getting that victory done.
Yeah, big result for SPS there.
And what's going to be interesting is it feels like there's been quite a bit of... no, because Ascend did get 3rd there.
15, 16 teams still alive.
So Ascend will probably be sitting on the top.
Towards Dome, and that rotation is one of the toughest on World's Edge, right? When you're going uphill, because there's so little cover to play with. You've got that little trench that they kind of managed to just about sneak into with teams surrounding them. And I think they were kind of helped by everyone else taking the fights around them, where they were kind of like, don't mind us, just going to wander
nice
in
and easy,
boys. Don't worry about it. I think also having the Kraber and firing a couple of shots certainly kind of warns the lobby that you cannot poke Ascend in that position.
Well, I mean, Tiff was
in that position.
Well, I mean, Tiff was watching and waiting in the wings, and I'm sure she was enjoying what Postkill was doing as well. Tiff, I mean, Ascend managed to get into the top 4, but SPS, the positioning, they were able to get the victory.
Did we?
A Watson and just having some
something happened with
There's nothing more exciting
broadcast.
than an aggressive Watson just surviving as long as they possibly can. But you're right, those dome zones can be incredibly interesting. And I think, Onset, you brought up a really good point. It's rather challenging to get in there. And as I was seeing Aurora make their rotation, obviously they lost out on Sunset and Nazir, as we have the highlights kind of rolling, I think that could be one of the things that Aurora has technically been struggling with. It's getting to that next zone, finding their way in and fighting forward. GG did impeccable by moving away.
I think one thing that was a standout for Aurora, and we keep going back to it, right, is they were one of the first teams who really kind of championed Catalyst and how they can use that legend to isolate a fight on edge. Now that there's multiple Catalysts in the area, it becomes more difficult because they see the Dark Veil go down, and Exhibit can follow from your opposing team. You can see another team block you off on your rotation.
Interesting take here, chat. Hold on.
All of a sudden, finding a 3v3 on edge of zone becomes much more difficult to do. And the longer that you leave it, the more it forces your hand into a position where your opponent sometimes has a better position to take this 3v3 from. You saw GG held them out for as long as they could before they had to continue their rotation. That slowed everything down. That forced them to fight. Other teams then had a line of sight onto them as they tried to force their way into zone. It's so tough, and it really highlights, you know, how difficult it actually is to navigate towards these end games if you don't have a zone that goes your way with the talent that we have in these lobbies. But I've got to say, the Dark Veils in that end game were very interesting to actually kind of look at, because before Catalyst became meta and everyone was using that Dark Veil to get out of buildings, I mean, there's no way that they can shroud themselves for long enough to leave that building. As soon as the Dark Veil goes down, Vex go from favorites to
3+ cat walls and 3+ Zero endgame are so boring to watch.
Dark Veil can influence an
LOL.
There were 3 total Dark Veils at one point in that end game scenario. And you think back to APAC North and their World's Edge games, they were utilizing the Dark Veils to maybe mid-game for their rotations. They were essentially taking Valkolts behind the wall. And a lot of their end games didn't really have Dark Veils. There was a lot of Bangalore standing out with the smoke. Now, Gaskin, I kind of want to pose a question to you, and I'm curious your thoughts on this. Because back when it was like the Gibby bubble meta and like everyone was bubble fighting, it was who you could force to use their Gibby bubble first.
Yeah, but I feel like
Do you think that's kind of happening here with the Dark Veil with Catalyst?
Kind of. It's why they wanted to wait on that one when we were sitting in with Vex, right?
When you are the Catalyst, right? You've got to be thinking about where other Dark Veils are going to go, because the last thing you want to do is put your Dark Veil down at the same time as someone else and he goes in exactly the same position and you're not able to get the vision and the advantage because of it. Sometimes you want theirs to go down first, because then you can assess what they are cutting off, and then you can also cut off a portion of the map to your advantage.
It's a really good point.
If you are the Catalyst, as I've been alluding to,
the 2R1C was out kind of early last game.
Pass through that Dark Veil first, give the freedom to your team to say, okay, we can push through. You can take the vision impairment just for now. I've given us the freedom to just hold this area for 10 seconds or whatever whilst the vision's impaired, and then suddenly you have the best position in the circle. So yeah, it can be sometimes about getting it down last, because then also when theirs go down, yours is the last one up, and then you're just sitting pretty waiting for them to come through or waiting for it to drop, and you should win the game. It sounds simple. It's not that simple, but yeah, you're right. I think there is an element of being last sometimes is better.
I completely agree, and you're right. Congratulations to SPS for taking the
Agreed.
match 3
Big
victory.
agreed.
But as much as I love hearing from you, Onset and Gaskin, there is someone else that I would love to pick their brain. So hi,
I do miss the
Yuki,
Gimme meta as well. That's a good point.
Himself, the
How you doing,
Rampart
Flippy?
Enjoyer, the
Happy Sunday,
university
friend.
student. Bro, you are an absolute legend, and I could sit here and hype you up all day, but thank you so much for taking the time to chat
I keep
with us
losing
today.
my
Thank you so much, Dave.
chat windows now that I'm multi-streaming, trying to figure this
Now, I've got some questions for you,
stuff
and
out.
we are going to take a look at the zone eventually, but I want to
Do you think there's a point that Gibby meta comes back, chat?
First off, Rampart, how are you enjoying
Real
it?
question.
Do you enjoy Sheilaing people down? Does that like bring you joy?
Absolutely. I believe playing Sheila when Bitflix Gaming does play her as well. However,
Yeah, but when no one
it's
else is
different
really
feeling
running her,
when,
it's nice.
You know, you're one of the few teams who play a legend.
100%.
Kind of really showcase their abilities and how they can be incorporated into into competitive.
100%.
Definitely into competitive as well. And thank you so much for noting the ranked portion. I will say that I've seen a lot more Ramparts in my ranked lobbies. And I'm always like, dang it, Yuki, but it's all your fault. No, but for real, I'm curious to hear your thoughts on what would be the teams that you are most impressed with thus far.
I wonder if we got. Do you think we've got updated scoreboards over here yet on Wikipedia?
And
we do.
Obviously, probably 5 Beavers and Ascend.
All right, here you go, chat.
I believe we
Updated
expected
scoreboards
them
as
to do
always when
quite
we're
well,
watching over
and
here.
They've definitely proved that they can do well.
Keep tuning in.
And
We're
they have
watching
shown
a game
consistency.
that's
Ascend. We kind of
on
like
Wikipedia.
today, we kind of always see them somewhere in
Exclamation
the
point
end.
now
If it's
over
not
on
all three, it's
YouTube.
always one of them.
Get you an
know,
updated
Post-kill, lurking
scoreboard.
around, end zone at the very end there in Dome. They're just always around. You know,
I gotta figure out how
So
to do
props
that
to
over on
Ascend
Kick
and
still.
5 Beavers for doing really well.
There's your
And,
updated
Vex,
scoreboard there.
I've seen a lot more of Vexed as well. Vexed is a little bit strange to me. I'm not particularly a big fan of them. However, in the most unbiased opinion, they are doing very well. And however, they're very. I like to think of them as inconsistent, but unintentionally.
So you have quite a few teams,
really good.
23
I don't-
plus
I'm not
points. So
too
even
sure.
though
I don't
you
know.
got
They
Ascend
like-
sitting
they're
at
like good
39,
and bad
going
at the
to
same time,
Storm
but,
Point,
they're
still
doing really
pretty
well as
open.
well.
It's not like we saw yesterday in South
I
America,
need to jump in now, Tiff, because
where it was like a
Yuki's really
2-team
nice
race
guy
by the time we
normally,
got
but he's
here.
just given us something.
You know what I mean?
He said that he doesn't like. On Vex. Talk
Let's
to me
get
a
him
little
in.
bit more about it. Like, let's talk about this. Why is your opinion like that on Vexed? Is it because you thought they were playing a style that fitted EMEA in Split 1, and then they kind of got a little bit exposed at LAN, and you maybe saw that? Or what? Tell us a little bit more about that opinion.
Yeah, so I believe Vex in general are a very good team, definitely. And they have gotten results in Split 1 to prove it. However, I think their inconsistency makes them unpredictable, and that's like going back to what I was saying. It's unintentionally unpredictable.
Chat, also
So,
don't forget, man, we don't just
good
do
teams can't really
Apex
predict how
over
they
here in
play.
ALGS. We will
They
be doing some
sometimes just pop off,
BCT since
and
we
they
got that
sometimes just,
kicking
like,
off this
die
week.
early. It's very rare to
It's
see them do average games.
big week for
That's why
EMEA, so we'll be watching a
they're-
bunch
they're
this
more
week.
of like a loose cannon for me anyway, because it's very hard to predict how they play and what they do.
Tomorrow we
Yeah,
also
we've
have,
definitely seen it across the board. I mean,
I think one
we
game.
said similar things at LAN that
Pacific?
Vex weren't able to find the success they did in the season, but we can't argue with results right now. But we also can't argue with your results. I mean, you guys have been performing excellently in the games and the rounds that you've been
I don't know if I'll be
playing
up for
in.
Pacific, though. We'll have to
What's
wait and
the
see.
general
Is it an
feelings
early game, does
about
anybody know?
meta? We always talk about, we've got this new Cat, Seer Valk meta. You guys obviously playing Rampart, doing something a little bit different. Do you think that it is
The
beneficial
5
to
a.m.
you guys
start.
with how the meta has gone? Has there been any struggles in terms of practice to make sure you get used to it?
I'd say it took us a very short time to get used to Rampart. There was a very quick learning curve that I had to overcome. Rampart certainly counters Catalyst, and Catalyst certainly counters Catalyst as well. However, being Alliance, we like to, do funky things, and I think Rampart's working really well right now. However, it might not be what we're going to continue to run. So stay tuned for that.
Okay.
tell you what, he's given us the spiciest
The
interview
sauce.
we've ever had it, and you're doing it in a way that keeps us watching as well. This is genius. I like this.
The sauce.
Look, my man over here is so mysterious, playing Rampart, but like that's not what we'll stay on. But I'd be curious, you know. Thank you for all of that, but I want to have you kind of walk us through that final zone. You had already alluded to post-kill kind of dancing around
Chat.
on the Watson there.
So we're
and,
halfway
but
through.
Hearing it from your
Scoreboards are
perspective
scores in
and
the
someone
chat.
Who's completely well established and an absolute
Who do
legend,
we
it's always
think
nice to hear.
has the stronger store point that kind of comes back and surprises us?
We've seen 3 different
based off of how the
end zones
scores
now
sit
on
so far.
Opposite sides of the maps. I believe Vex have the best position here because the house has to move last second. However, Vex was griefed by post-kill. I believe post-kill knocks one of
I'm
Vex,
kind of
which
over trying to
which
wait
kind of
for
messed things
Aurora
up
to
for them.
pop off, so I don't
But
think it's
Vex played it
them.
completely perfect. They had
I
2
think
guys on
Vex
high
has
ground,
been
Nova,
kind of
Lucky,
surprisingly
close.
meh today.
And,
Surprisingly
yeah,
quiet.
just unfortunate.
They're sitting at
Post-kill managed to
23
beat them.
points.
Otherwise, I believe Vex should have taken that win.
Their placement's
SPS
gotten better
did a
each
great
game.
job,
They just
coming in
haven't
last
popped off
second,
yet with a
as
big
you
kill
should,
game.
And they completely played it perfect. SPS played it perfect in the given the position that they were in.
Ooh, interesting. And I'd be curious to hear, where would you, on Alliance, have positioned yourself in an end game circle like that? Which one would you have gone for?
So a big 19-point game for SPS.
we would have
There we
been
saw there
in
only a couple points from
SPS's
Vex, right? They had
position,
9 points
I
on their
believe,
positioning, off their
probably somewhere on the
placement,
outside
and only 3
of the
KP.
egg of the dome. It'd be very unlikely for us to get a building because we're going to be rotating. We would like to play edge and we like to come in on the edges. So I think we would have been in a similar position as SPS, and it might have been a similar result as well.
Chat, who
if
should we try and
post-kill,
sit down with these next couple weeks where I've got a little bit of
as
extra
well.
time since I don't
Everyone
have
needs a
South
post-kill in
American
their life in
casting?
the final circle. That's what I've learned.
Unless you're vexed. That's pretty much it.
Very true. And granted, I guess I have to go find a post kill for my life just so I can get through ranked. I have to diverge through all of the ramparts thanks to Yuki. But honestly, it's been an absolute pleasure having you here on the show and speaking with you. You are just, I'm a fan. Look, I'm not gonna lie, I'm a fan. You're impressive. If I'm not mistaken, you're almost done with university. Is that the case? You're also a full-time university student?
That's huge.
Yes, almost
Does that
done.
end for you?
Almost done. And in 2 months. In 2 months, I would be graduated. Yeah.
Nice.
Think about how terrifying that's going to be, by the way. Yuki's like just one of the best players in the world right now.
Now he's about to
like
be able to
full-time
just
education,
focus
doing
on
his
gaming,
degree. I
dog.
mean,
Like,
what-
imagine, bro.
Unfair, Yuki. I'm going to be honest.
Oh,
I can't wait. I'm very excited.
I mean, I'm just going to keep asking myself, what's it like to be so talented? What's it like to be Yuki? But, I mean, any last words? You want to thank anyone in particular before we kind of send you off here?
I just want to thank my teammates for making me who I am today, and thank you to our sponsors as well. Alliance represent, of course. So, yeah, thank you so much for having me, Tiff, Onset, and Gaskin. Appreciate it.
So Alliance isn't playing today. They will be in next
Thank
week.
you.
Remember, from here on out, it's
What a
only
legend,
Sundays
bro. Let me
here
just
for
tell
EMEA.
you, everyone needs a post skill in their life. What about everyone wants a Yuki in their life?
Now, this is a different Yuki as well. He's starting to become himself, right? This man knows now what he's doing in these interviews. He's given us a little bit of drama, a little bit of spice, a little bit of entertainment, but also, of course,
Alliance is
well-spoken
tied
as
with
well,
Vex
and,
Gaming, so
very
Vex
excited
would
to
be
see
able
the
to
future
help
of
really
him
helping
and
themselves out.
Alliance. I think that
If
what
they
they're
were
doing
to
with Legend Proposition,
have a
like
big
getting
finish
the
today, we know that
Rampart
right now they're
underway,
not
like, interesting
exactly where we
everything
normally are used to seeing them.
Well,
Granted, they're still top 10,
I'm curious to see where they're going.
but kind of quiet in that seventh place
He gave
position.
me like one suggestion. Like he didn't even say anything bad about.
We did
Vex.
talk with their head of performance over here on the
you don't like
YouTube
Vex
channel
then? And he was like, no, Vex are good team.
earlier this
I
week. So
feel
if y'all
like I
haven't gotten a
should
chance to check
apologize
that
very
out,
quickly for that, Yuki. I'm sorry to throw you under the bus.
make
but
sure
I
y'all
did
do it.
again.
It's a little bit longer of an
But,
interview
I'll
though.
do it again.
We had a really good
The
chat.
devil
I
on
couldn't
your
find
shoulder
any
that
places to cut it, so I just put the whole
everyone
thing up to like
needs.
50
He
minutes.
wants the true reactions, the true feelings. But let's go ahead and take a look at the series results and see, you know, SPS's climb to the top, Ascend reigning supreme there with 39 points, but that victory in map number 3 put them 30 points. So SPS now in second, but Gaming Gladiators on set. I'm coming back to you.
Hey, look, I told you I've got the script for today, all right? And it seems to be coming true. I was like, hey, maybe GG. Haven't spoken about much this season. Haven't really deserved to. And ever since then, of course, they've popped up. And they have been popping off as well. In those end games every single time, winning the 3v3s that we know they do. And it just looks like the GG of old. I don't know what's changed. Maybe it's just, I can't put my finger on it right now because we always expect this team to be there or thereabouts. And they just haven't been... You know, they've been off the boil for quite some time now, but maybe this is the week. Maybe this is where they turn things around. Third place right now, and I tell you what, a win in this week, this match day, it'd be dangerous for the rest of the teams who are competing towards the latter ends of this split.
I'm not gonna lie. Sometimes these little times in between, I kind of get.
The answer. It's hard decky. Man is going absolutely off. I cannot believe it. But hey, maybe you at home in chat, you're inspired by what you're seeing on the screen. Have your hands at the Challenger Circuit. It just underway. I watched the finals will be tomorrow for this past weekends, and I've been.
There's some good stuff going on. I think Apex South ended up last night. If I'm not mistaken.
That next day, April 22nd, Challenger Circuit #2. Registration closes April 19th. So get a team, get in there, and at least try your hand. Now, granted, there's a couple rounds before you can make it to the semifinals, the quarterfinals, and then the finals on the third day, but you can really learn.
I think it's a good chance for people to be able to try their hands and see what's up.
Heck, I've even thought about potentially getting a squad together, maybe find my own version of a post kill and just kind of grind out Challenger Circuit if I'm not here on the broadcast, but make sure you check it out. Visit battlefy.com/ALGS for more information, guys. I mean, Onset, would you squad up with me?
We'd have to run some games, Tiff. We'd have to run some games. I'm a tough man to impress these days. If you are one of these players.
Oh my goodness.
I'm vicious. That's what I can say. We must. The death ball is an inherent part of the way that I play this game. And if you're not with it, then I'm sure you would be though. I'm sure you'd be part of the death ball, and we'd fight. You know what? We'd win Pro League. Forget about it. So why on the broadcast? We'd ruin it for everyone else.
I'm not feeling very confident with what you said there. Like, I feel like I'm gonna have to survive the tryouts. Gaskin's over there shaking his head. He's like, nah, Tiffy, you're not gonna survive.
I've been through the tryouts, I passed, and then I'm a second too late on a push, and then suddenly I've got marked down my ear.
And then he's gotten kicked.
He's in. We love him for it because we still get the dubs, and he still makes the zone calls
to perfection. That's all it is.
Yeah.
Look,
it's never my fault when we die.
It's so tough. All right, Gaskin, I'm gonna have to send you away. Enjoy your break. I'm taking Onset. I'm gonna work on my trial here. Based off the next match, map number 4, as we start
first chance on Storm Point
will determine.
No command center, so hopefully we should be having no Storm Point crashes today, chat.
It's 100% going to happen. We'll get some games. I'll tell you what, we'll get some games in tomorrow. Let's do that. Let's do that. Or even between. Oh no, we can't do it between broadcasts. We haven't got the time. But,
again, if you all are over here on Kick
away from,
and didn't see the scoreboards earlier, I'll repost them in chat. I need to figure out how to set up commands and stuff. The chat bot that I was shown seems to be having issues, so I can't get that going. But
then we have the change of maps and everything.
Let's go to Storm Point here, chat.
Who have had a lot of success on World's Edge and got those points on the board.
Central or circle to start things off.
I'm really interested to see if GG can continue their momentum though, because I've mentioned how they are a team who can catch fire. If they can do that here on Storm Point, which they've been a little bit slow on so far this season, then it could be a very, very dangerous sign for the lobby.
Ooh, you're not lying. E6 kind of center of zone there, dropping in Cascade. But this is that moment that we were talking about with Ascend
E6
Gaming. Turn
look
your
at this pointed out
over to Barometer. Now,
in
granted,
6th,
will Bitfix Gaming
those 23 points.
Pursue Ascend in that POI, or will they split it rather half and half? Bitfix Gaming
let's see.
Survey beacon information. So
as far as up top here,
beneficial to them, but it almost seems as if Kashera and Co are just making their way north. They're like, nah, we don't want to waste our time with this. We have
no
a
one's pushing, huh?
I think Ascend is so good, and Kashera studies zone so much as well.
Start a fight's gonna have beacon information.
He's gonna be going. It wouldn't surprise me to see Ascend heading over towards Cascade Falls pretty early here, or maybe even a little bit more north.
E6 pushing up towards command center though.
Maybe quite that far.
Try and see if they can find somewhere where they can
Bitfix Gaming. They're gonna obviously have
poke a fight somewhere. Bitfix Gaming down here at.
Okay, so nobody's left then. It's just that
Barometer.
Left side's full free, yes.
Okay.
I'm just waiting for them to go in the water and cross, but they're not crossing.
Yeah, I'm thinking maybe if you have a shard rifle, I can go start looting left.
You bring me all the sniper ammo, please, Ari, that you had.
Yeah, I'm gonna go start looting left.
They're rotating away from Bitfix. That's Ascend right there. That's taking those pokes as well.
There's a guy.
Guyman Gladiators just got that information. You can see all the different people that they know where they're at now. We'll be able to decide where they want to rotate from there. Looks like Matafe and company for Vex down here at Launchpad.
I guess I'll give it to you, and then if you're in a position, you drop it.
I have a scope, sir.
I
can't cut Mama, by the way. I have to cut PG.
We can do the prowlers.
Easy.
Yeah.
Mi scusi, mi scusi. Let's see. Nobody else, so it doesn't look like... Oh, hold on. J-Ling sees some people across the way where they're at here. Kind of south of wall.
Okay, come to me right now. We need to go. That spot is really good.
Yeah, I know.
They're going to go ahead and take to the sky here, so... Ain't no sense in holding on board with that. Yeah, I'm not seeing anybody else here currently anywhere close to being ready for any sort of contest or anything.
Guide you a little bit, thinking you have good angles on the team, and before you know it, you can see yourself getting picked.
It's a little bit of an ego chow, if I might add. You're feeling a little more confident when maybe you probably shouldn't take that fight. But Element 6 doing a little bit of drone work here from K-Swinney. They're the team that rotated out of Cascade post-ring console information. And now sitting up here, they have access to a survey beacon nearby in the vicinity. But the issue with that is you can only hit a survey beacon once. And should you do it on rotation, I feel like you need to save them for the perfect timed areas.
Yeah, especially if you're trying to work your way in from edge, it's always a good idea to...
You guys aren't hearing any of that crackling, right? That's just my headset.
Yeah, I already left it. I'll go to pause, yeah? Yeah, I just want to get...
Vex rocking the blue. They're going to have a bit of a ways to go. You can see it is going to be a circle that's... Who's still... Getting Hardeki sound there. I was like, what the fuck?
No.
Sen rocking the blue, purple, chilling.
Yeah, Alexander.
Kella Gaming's in a fight over here by the armory. Who's underneath them here?
It seems like a good idea until one of you gets knocked, and then all of a sudden you're thinking, why have we spent so much time here?
It's just rather fortuitous, right? You use all of your abilities, everyone burns through their ults, and it comes down to it. You haven't really made any progress into this fight, and any fight that takes maybe longer than 25 to 30 seconds, it's just not worth it. And LCDF, they're gonna hop into the portal, close the distance, and bring the action to them, and ooh, a little thermite for the door action.
I think let's see the
burn him.
How we would say,
ooh, okay.
That team just sit on top of them for so long. You can tell that by just taking the portal. You take the portal, you're like,
Kella Gaming going to go out.
Back here, Kella Gaming, and that's exactly why you don't fight the armory team who's inside it unless there's multiple teams around who can maybe help.
2R1Z's player is literally just dead ass watching the stream the whole time.
Good angles as they leave because it's just so tough to do. I mean,
Nicht nur, weil die nicht gut sind, sondern auch, weil die so, keine Ahnung, so richtig greasy spielen.
I'm not trying to be that guy, man, but there's literally been somebody
through the split 2 qualifiers. So I feel as if you take a season in Pro League to kind of learn, get those contests out, maybe learn those rotations, talk about battles. Don't perch on top of LCDF or you get punished. And I feel like you mentioned it, right? You go straight in through that portal. That's an ego chow, and you're feeling confident, and there's not much you can do to distract away from that. YoLu being one of the youngest fraggers in the EMEA region on the Valk, just finding success, led by Psychop. I mean, this team is dangerous.
It certainly is, and let's see, the France are now dangerous in this game as well because they have the ability to rotate north. They might be able to...
That can't be right.
...line up into towards the wall. But it might be a little bit of a risky play if they don't have that seer, get the information that will be clear. We don't know who's waiting at the top of that. Instead, they might be thinking about a little bit of a different rotation, not taking that risk, even though they get stuck in the mud for a few seconds. But the more dangerous thing is for anyone who's holding down that position, let's see, France now got plenty of loot to work with as well. Having just won that fight, having done the armory, everything they want to do.
Doesn't seem right, man.
Have,
and it feels so bad to like be the one to point it out.
Now, Psychop, right? It's looking very, very strong for them. This is an interesting move for them. They're going to go deep into zone. Maybe they're...
So a quick sit on board here with Gaiman Gladiators. It does look like this is going to be more of a wall finish here. Which does mean Gaiman Gladiators in a pretty good spot. They're in this next ring here currently. They aren't in the following ring, but they are close enough that it's an easy rotate in for them.
Я ставлю команд-центр. Я пойду в команд-центре быстренько хериков найду. Да, тут еще бин не лутанный. Там 3 бина не лутанный, Костик. Да и хуй меня. Вообще никого нет, видишь.
So they're not going to be doing anything out here, okay.
Зайти-ка могут только зип.
Looks like Passion's in a fight. Who's Passion fighting over here?
Rotating through this choke at the moment. We'll take our attentions away from what happens in my bedroom back to what's happening in the game.
Hey, yo. Not gonna lie, all the brutality against spiders is really offending me. Just kidding. I actually don't like spiders either. I just like Spider-Man and Spider-Gwen, not really those 8-legged arachnids.
Yeah, I was going to say, after that dream, I'm not a fan of spiders anymore. Didn't mind them too much until that point, but Passion's still, with his charge rifle, holding out teams. Amaz is only 220.
Who is that over there?
Charge rifle from getting Passion fully kitted out in purple armors as well, and should be able to do a decent amount of damage as this team tries to cross 3. Maybe not the decent damage that you want. You've got to reload that thing, though. That's the one thing, Amaz. You've got to make sure you got some ammo in so you can do that damage. But for now, just looking at the zone, it is very, very busy at the moment, Tiff. A lot of teams inside of the zone, a lot of teams inside of wall. You've got Foot making their way to the armory as well, where we just saw a couple of fights breaking down. But Ascend, very interested in their position. They're in a choke, which is on the west side of this zone. And we have seen endgames pull down to where they find themselves right now.
Rather interesting. Passion just kind of living off the points that they got in map number 1's victory. I would love to see something strong here. Granted, 20-point game in map number 1, maps 2 and 3, they've only found themselves 7 points throughout those durations. So this needs to be a rather
Do we have any fights going on right now?
Yeah, Waterfall or in Cascade.
Bitfix Gaming's here going to be trying to work their way up here into the zone from where they're at.
Or we go to this house and figure it out. Like I'm not thinking about anything else right now.
I'm just gonna bully this team.
I'm asking your opinions here. So
I don't know. I don't think we can go up Cascade. Yeah.
So we bully north then.
Yeah.
Let's take this and bully north.
Okay.
Let's go. We know where we have to Valkyrie from, so
we can
have to fight.
Theoretically, we could just Valkyrie on this team and just fuck them later.
Okay. You wanna know my thoughts here? My thoughts are, if that is Ascend, they will make the smart move when this zone pulls. They think it's here, right? They think it is. So then they're gonna make the move by rotating early, and that way we can.
Anybody else fighting here currently? How are they seeing Aurora? Yeah, they're only a couple seconds behind, big dogs. There's no way. There's just no way, man.
An aspect where Maliwan is no longer a part of that team, and Sunset kind of has to step in. But it's interesting, right? Sunset on the Seer, right? That brings a little bit of interesting aspects.
Oh, that just ended up being just a little bit short.
Had played triple assault characters on Stormpoint when Maliwan was a part of the group.
Looks like they've converted to the dark side, so to speak.
Yo, what up, Maury?
We know all about Seer.
Big chillin', fam. How are you doing?
More than enough on what he brings to the game, and when you're a team like
I saw the boys had a pretty solid performance Friday night, Saturday morning.
To say about it, having the identity and the outlines of where those players are is certainly going to make life easier. But life right now for Passion not good. They were all stunned on their way off the top of that building they found themselves in on the zip line. It's Nightmare Esports who now take residence.
Bro, that guy just fell from the roof, just falling down.
Means we don't have to hear Panay shouting on Twitter this week.
The outskirts of Command Center. And I really want to see a strong performance here from Hardeki as he just absolutely takes so much damage. Arcs are going down, but that could be really critical. Leogree able to get a knock onto Tyler, so this is a 2v2 situation against Vexed.
Gaming Gladiators have to send it through the Dark Veil as well. It's a 2v2, like you say. Hardeki did a huge amount of damage. You saw the idea, though, from Vex. They wanted to isolate Hardeki on his
I mean, the good news, it looked like from the little bit that I looked at, Vexed out early. That's tough for them, man. From looking at, like, the standings, there's still plenty of space for teams. I feel like behind the top 3.
Yo, I'd be out of there too, Onset. I just finished off that fight. We already lost.
You know, and all that matters is getting to London.
For the third party.
Scores reset at that point. You know what I mean?
Apex, when you end up fighting an isolated 3v3, and the next thing you know, you've got half the lobby on you.
Yeah, you just you're like, this fight's gone on for 5 seconds longer than I wanted it to, and now I
just gonna need some bigger days because those
the apes in the lobby just appearing out
2 4-point sessions are gonna be a little tough to bounce back from. One wouldn't have been so hard.
Third party in the way that we kind of alluded to here.
Probably gonna need another 2 top 3s more than likely.
Back into the game at the moment, they're rotating out. They're trying to get out of command center and trying to find a way to escape, but they're not going to be able to. As Steven cuts down Artico on the
you know what I mean?
Just one left now for GG. Trying to make a
Diamond Gladiators gonna go out. A couple of our top teams kind of going out early this go around, which means we'll be able to see a little bit of a change up.
To Morning Stars, right? They needed that KP. They need to have something that's going to give them the momentum moving forward. And with Sivan on the crypto, you can utilize that EMEA.
Yeah, I mean, the good news is most teams that are above you have shown
And GG, man, what were they gonna do? Like, genuinely,
Inconsistencies in the sense of
push out into the
almost everyone up above you, up above or up until MDY White and above, have had like low single point games.
Certainly tough situation for GG, and
but I think when you look at teams like Moist, Onyx, Blackhand in the region, I think they're really showing consistency to split.
Where that zone is going, it is going more north. It is going.
But behind them, though, I think there's a lot of inconsistencies, which could work an advantage for you guys. You know what I mean?
Game day that we saw on one of those platforms or just outside that zip building. So we'll have to see how the game does develop. If we've got a little bit more information as we go through.
Plus, there's always regionals, if nothing else. You know. And your boys have that pop off potential like we saw this weekend.
They might have a bit more success on pushing out, but if you met with a digi threat, all of a sudden, it doesn't become quite as comfortable.
Look, there's one team and one team in particular that was making their way into the zone, and that's going to be Aurora.
Ooh.
Sure, you see Seer. So it's going to be Sunset getting cracked right there, but Ranch is able to grab it.
I would like to see Aurora kind of return back.
Aurora has that advantage. They just have to get
to their old form. I know that they got the new player. Oh, the Nemesis is all revved up.
Coming in from Ranches doing damage, and like you say, getting rid of the pylon. Sunset now can take down Mask. There's only one player alive here for SMS. He's trying to run for his life. He's running for the hills. The
Ori, by the way, it still video still looks as clean as when you've been in here in the past on YouTube, right? I'm doing some multi-streaming today. I'm just trying to test things out. I just want to make sure like YouTube's not taking a dip on quality.
I mean, straight up, they could just be more confident on Stormpoint, and we've seen a lot of their success come from that.
Esports
essentially wipes the floor with
gonna be
Esports now done and dusted. They can begin their reset. They have completely cleared out this side of the map and can now focus on playing forward and positioning themselves nicely. Now, granted.
Let's see where J-Lings is at. Looks like J-Lings has themselves a really good spot here.
They should play that.
Got themselves some good cover to play around in this next zone that's going to be coming in. They do have to worry about the team that's up by that door, but...
Wait, they might if they've alcohol.
They should be solid.
No, but that's a full team we killed. That's not...
No, above him on the zip line. Wait, what the fuck?
Jay, you're holding that spot alone, and me and Nags are playing in the choke, okay?
Cool. I decided to go ahead and...
This team in the building is going to try and kill us, and they're going to fail and play behind this wall. The most important thing is we make them fail. Right?
Nah, so Moon, the Nemi revs, it's based off of... I believe it's when the shots hit. You'll see that bar in the bottom, revs up, and it'll shoot faster, and I believe also connects for a little bit more.
Jay said they're safe already. I don't know.
Behind the tree. They should play behind the tree.
What, this one?
But they might just send, yeah.
And this team in the building might as well. There's a Catalyst team, okay? North side's Catalyst.
I'll put 160 on one.
Listen, if we do anything, I think we give
So like not quite the same wind up, but similar in a sense.
Think so? I'm not certain.
Team fighting in wall.
Jay, can you get shot by here, by the way, or no?
No, not if you play on me. Like.
Wait, this team left the building.
Yeah.
Zone's closing. I'm peeking it now. Peek with me.
Doesn't look like we got anybody pushing in towards a fight here. SPS is in a fight on the main broadcast. Let's sit in with them.
17.
Mais on doit send une team. On doit faire 3.
Il y a la team ici. Il faut que tu roules. Jouez sur moi.
Ah, je suis crack. Roule l'instant dès que tu peux, gros. Ils sont en train de les push.
Me battre.
Regardez à gauche maintenant. On prend tous les kills à gauche, on prend tous les kills. C'est vrai, on est bien sur Lucy. Ah, mais ils vont...
Who's shooting at them? Dude, they're in such a...
Regarde à gauche, je pense.
They got... Is that 2 teams down here? To their left, they can swing in behind them, actually. They could be big for them. Oh, and then the EMP comes in with it, though, bruv. Oh, dude. Oh, shit! I got really loud.
SPS fall, the listening. My French isn't too good, but I certainly recognize there was a couple of players on their right, and it's Lucy de France as they fall as well. Element 6 making a late run of this zone and building a little bit of momentum here, Tiff.
Hey, look, that's exactly
Element
what you
6
need
is about to go down.
Case Winnie trying to stay
Yep.
alive. There's no cover though. A rock in a hard place, and it's 2
See, look, bro. This kid from 2R1C is literally streaming them watching the. Nah, dog. No.
Right now, this is not too bad. They've got a little bit of a tree, a little bit of a rock, and you can kind of try and head peek and find some damage. They do have that next zone where they are, and you can see one of
And
the
look, when we
players
sit in
also
with them,
extended out
check this
to
out.
try and find cheeky LOS.
It's like
That next zone where they
3
are.
seconds behind.
One of the players is also extended.
Smokey mit dem Resub im 26.
They just
I have
need to
questions,
go
chat.
across this open gap into that next zone, which is going to be rather dangerous.
Top 5 for Aurora. Nightmare Esports eliminated, but what's the one team who I said had to navigate from where they thought end zone would be to where it's going?
So we're watching using the multi-stream app, right? Because command center's down.
Side of this zone. Everyone else is in front of them. They're going to have to walk their way uphill.
And I've been asking over the course of this stream. I don't know if the broadcast is on delay right now.
Pretty good spot at the moment, but I've got to say, Tiff, I'm excited to watch Aurora in this end game because they're taking on Ascend and post-kill. The rat, almost hero from a previous game, is falling alongside Lufka, and Ranches is turning up.
Which means
Look, if
this
the
guy
fire
from
loop is gonna go
2R1C,
down,
I don't
know
think
the
he
clutch
realizes
factor
that
for
when he's
Ascend is
streaming to
going
the
be rather
multi-stream,
dire, but if
that
there's
it's showing
one
not his
team member
game,
of Ascend
but
that is able to regain, it is
whatever
going to
he's
be
watching
Sheriff.
on another
It's a little late, so
monitor.
he's gonna have to play his life and just hold the fort down. But Jailings, Nags kind of fighting forward, able to take out Game of Drones, but that storm is taking
Right, but so
a
normally
lot
when you
of
work with a
damage, so
clean
Nags
feed though,
needs
it
to
would
focus
it
up,
would
get with
be
the team and think about their next
just
positioning. I
the
think
casters are
Sheriff needs
working
to
on a
play
clean
the
feed.
life,
That's what I'm
kind of
saying.
nestled in there.
Right?
You can see
So this
there,
is
but
the main
storage unit,
broadcast.
wanna just vibe out. Don't even look my way.
This is the kid from 2R1C.
Wäre sehr schmackhaft.
Nestled in there, you can see right there by the
As well, we're going to see Sunset making a little bit of push as well. Jailings fancy a bit of this. Ascend are
Ascend's out.
eliminated. Jailings down to 2 as well. Nags trying to fight.
And 2R1C's in this game still. They're one of the last 3 teams left.
Maybe pull off a solo victory, but this is all about
I'm pretty
Aurora
sure.
at the moment. They're forced to back up from the Bangalore, and all of a sudden, Jailings, as they go down.
See? And here's 2R1C. Nah, dog. Nah.
And with 2 players only alive from Aurora, can they pull this off, Tiff?
We're looking for Cleve. We're looking for Sunset. They're going to have to hold down the fort because they're not going to be able to get the res off. And 2R1C seem to have the power position, but Hiarka goes down. So this is a rather tantalizing issue here. Onset, what's going to happen?
I think this is a 2v1 situation. They just have to close things out, and it's 2R1C who...
What's going to happen?
Noch kein Schuss. Oh, Junge, was war das denn noch für ein komischer Fight? Stabil, Jobings. Stabil.
No, that's what I'm saying though, right? Then this would be behind, like, if it was like if the streams were, or if the feeds were delayed, wouldn't this be on a different timing than when we're watching the main broadcast?
95% of it felt like I had Aurora next to it. It was crazy.
Yeah, that's the Aurora that we remember from Split 1. Just the absolute...
Nah, so like normally in the past, I don't know how to explain it. Right, but so if that's the case, though, they've been showing earlier, like with 2R1C, like when he's playing his game, and it's where it's at in the broadcast, I guess is what I'm saying.
You should have just thrown it out. Like, just put it out anyways. It's fine, right?
Nah, so because like I guess this would be the point, right? And here we can
slow it down because our wall.
So
their
if
CR is already out, so like our
they're on delay, right?
Their CR ult, right?
The thing is,
Then if I were to click in from,
so I wanted to like with your wall.
if I were to click in from where I'm watching the live feed, right?
Seer 60% when...
And then if I were to unmute and then go to this, then this should be 10 minutes ahead.
84% on Valk. Seer 60% when compared...
Because he should be on a delay, meaning this is from 10 minutes ago. Right? But they're listening to the same live feed sound
Highlights roll and repeat that LCDF onslaught.
Yeah, I mean, this...
as here. You see what I'm saying?
Catwalls as we let these highlights roll and repeat that LCDF onslaught.
Yeah, I mean, this was
Because otherwise, if the feed down here for Jarevik, let's say if Jarevik isn't streaming on a delay,
Nächste Wette, die Frage, was machen wir? Es ist so scheiße, dass wir keine POV
right?
von den YoBoyCue
It shouldn't, like, I shouldn't be able to go from here and essentially be hearing the same thing, right?
Happened to Aurora. Where have Aurora been? Well,
Like, it's only like a 5-second difference.
we saw from them last season.
If he's streaming on a delay, the broadcast that he's listening to should be delayed, right?
See if they can continue this.
As much as I would like to be sold on it and say like the Aurora of old form of Split 1 is back,
Or
I'm
am I
not
tripping?
convinced just yet. And that's pretty tough for me to say, Gaskin, because I feel like it's not a fluke. We know they're incredibly talented, but just kind of being the devil's advocate in this situation, until I see it again, I'm not going to believe it.
Yeah, you need to see it being repeated. You need to see consistency. That's what Apex is about. You can't just have the one-off game and then suddenly everyone's going to...
And I had that suspicion last week, and I didn't really mention anything about it last week because I know some players like popped their
but certainly
their POVs live after Command Center went down, so it would have kind of made sense that maybe some players didn't have a delay on or something.
Otherwise, I think there would have been a lot of worry around this Aurora side, but that is certainly for good viewing. If you are a fan of Aurora, that is the
well. So he has not had the game.
Second place. It does seem like at least they know how to.
He has not had the game showing on his stream since game 1.
4 results on your screen. Yes, 2R1C came out victorious, bringing in VJax as the team. Jarovic no longer with that roster. It's been that way for the past 2 match days, but we were curious how that team was going to perform, so congratulations to them for getting a victory here in map 4. But it's the 12 eliminations for me on...
See, that's what I thought more, but that's why I'm trying to make sense of why... If there's a 10-minute delay, though, when I go from what I'm listening to on the main broadcast, and if he's listening to the broadcast on his end here,
for them outside of Command Center, things looked really stark for them right after they had finished that fight.
it's kind of hard to tell because now we haven't seen Jarevik's like actual capture for like 3 games now, because it's only been the main broadcast that's showing in there for some reason, which is kind of weird. But earlier I would have sworn that he was dropping in the games like as they were dropping on the main broadcast, which makes sense if neither of them are on a delay, right? But if they were both on a delay, then I shouldn't be able to go from Jarevik's POV that's also listening to the broadcast. Then in that case, what he's listening to should be 10 minutes behind, right?
Zweiter Platz aktuell, wichtig. Ja, ja, sehr krass, Catalyst. Wichtig, wichtig, wichtig. 2 Games jetzt
look,
noch. 8 Punkte Abstand auf Ascend, aber auch...
It's only a couple seconds.
So auf den 6. Also die YoBoyCue müssen
It's
weiter
like 5
abwarten.
seconds, which is kind of typical for like, you know, that Twitch buffer that you usually see.
Gaming Bitfix unten drin. SPS aber drin.
Finally, Aurora getting some points, man. It feels good.
I tell you what, 2 games to go.
Now again, I don't know because I haven't seen Jarevik's actual POV in like 4 games. But when he was showing it earlier, they were landing together. But then I would be able to click over and like again, I wasn't losing any time in on what he was listening to and what I was listening to.
We need to be probably in the top 4, top 5, top 3. To guarantee ourselves going to playoffs for a couple of weeks here, if we were really...
Well, Maury, I haven't been able to see anything on his Twitch stream.
It's got to happen. It's got to happen now. But what a way to start Storm Point for them. It was
I
an
mean,
absolute banger.
The way they have it
Oh, look, I'm just ready to see what's going to happen on
put
the back
here
half.
is it like he's a player? Jarevik is one of their players, right? That's not their coach.
Quick break.
I know I've watched coaches before and then they're watching the main broadcast. That'd make more sense. Hold on, let me double check that.
Black, the official storage partner of the Apex
That's
Legends
2R1C. Oh, Jarevik is their coach. Okay, never mind. Just forget everything I just said then. But then why would they have him under here as if he's a player? Usually for all the other teams, their coach is like on the bottom. Well, I just got bamboozled, chat. Never mind. But if he's doing that, then let's go find someone else that we can listen into for these last couple games. What do we think? Passion? Yeah, it's just in the past when I've seen him on like this list, like the coach is always on the bottom. I guess that's just where I kind of got thrown off. But that would make sense because it's, well, I guess it's not really. Who am I? Who's not muted right now? They're all muted. Okay. Oh. Oh. Why do I keep getting buffering on the mainstream? But none of the others. It's very strange. Not a fan. Oh, well, maybe it's because the mainstream just said, fuck you. Maybe that's the case. I don't think so. All right, well, mainstream's down. I guess we'll just, I don't remember who's in contests early, so we'll sit on with Vex just for now.
Because of the meta. We're trying to change it.
By the way, Yuki called us bad on the interview.
Yeah, I don't think 2R1Cs had like any sort of like roster pickups recently. I don't think they've had like a mid-season roster change like we've seen some of the other teams had.
Yeah. Oh, nice.
Main broadcast just pissed all the way off though, didn't they? Sheesh.
We used this man. Okay.
Oh my.
Yo, chat, I'm gonna save up for a
I mean,
another PC here.
I said I go for Carfest.
I wonder if they restarted because of the mainstream going down. Thoughts,
Maybe
chat? Bets? Bets? Probably, right? I do wish I could connect my Twitch to my this little multi-stream, the team stream app here, though.
Shit, how many people fell out?
Nice. Observers. Yeah, it's a new code. It's the observers couldn't get in.
Okay. It's like fucking people off.
So I'm guessing whoever is producing just straight up dead ass crash, chat. We heard Vex talking about how observers didn't get in, but I'm guessing that's just more from them crashing, which is why the stream just died out of nowhere. I don't know for sure. I'm just taking a guess based off of, you know, working in the background for some of these things before. That kind of lines up. Chat, looks like we've got updated scoreboards here over on Liquidpedia. So as per the usual, when y'all come over here on YouTube, not Kick yet. I haven't set up any commands or anything as this is our first stream over here. But on YouTube, when y'all come in, just use exclamation point now. You'll be able to get those updated scoreboards. There it is right now over on YouTube. I'll go ahead and put them over on Kick here now. I am going to try to, Maury. I am trying to see if we can save up the means to be able to afford to send my ass over there. I would like to be able to go and do a couple like vlogs and stuff. Weevil and I were actually talking about needing to, in the next week or two, get everything lined up with my passport. But it is definitely on the mind, good sir. Huh? Oh, I was saying how we were talking about how we need to start looking at getting my passport squared away. So I can go to London. If I can get over there, I can crash on your hotel room floor, right, Maury? I'm just kidding, by the way. I am hoping to see if maybe I can make a pitch at the Apex folks about doing a trying to see if they'll let me come out and do like interviews and stuff for the broadcast. Be like a stage MC. I've got plenty of MC background. You know, your boy already, talks to people from all the regions and stuff. So it'd be cool if they let me come out for like, like boot camp week and do a couple of the interviews that they have like in between games and stuff and like record those early. Would be kind of cool. That's my goal. If we'll actually be able to get there, I don't know, but do I have to like refresh the main broadcast? Nope, main broadcast still not live. Really? And they're dropping in this next game? Oh, well, that's probably because they're building up the delay, I guess, right? Weevil. Hey, love. Also, love, when you got time, I need you to make a kick account so you can come type in chat and I can give you mod. Smiles. I'm trying to remember who we had in contests here on Stormpoint chat. I don't know if we had any actual contests that we were watching. But imagine how dope it would be if my PC was just a little bit better and I could run 2 screens of 9 screens on days where we literally had 20 teams in here and I could like run my own show from the multi-stream. That'd be fucking tits. New streaming service. The one that's been causing all the discussions on Twitter.
You think so?
Wait, we can have it. I mean, I think it's.
But I figured, well, I mean, we're multi-streaming over there right now,
Yeah?
which is nice because it sounds like there hasn't been any sort of drop off on our quality here on YouTube, which is nice.
Here, no? I don't know.
So we saw that first movement, or that first little bit of scan information. See if they bring it back up. Does look like we're going to be seeing no. KICK. They don't have an app yet. The app for the streaming service drops tonight.
But careful command center, by the way.
Yeah, this is gonna be fucking scary though.
No, radar building, the bottom one.
So it's like what, a command center / Cascade Falls-ish end game it looked like.
Тут филка. Наберу. Есть вот альтернатор.
The main broadcast knows they're off, right? Like knows they're offline.
Ставьте уже там еще. То есть я соберу еще.
Or did they just realize that they weren't on a 10-minute delay and they had to put on a 10-minute delay? Fucking imagine. I doubt that's the case, but that would be quite hilarious, I must say. All right, let's take a quick look around some of our other teams here. Start a fight. Sitting on the blue, purple. They're gonna have a little bit to rotate, not too far.
No medkits.
I don't even know the ending, to be honest.
Up over by checkpoint. E6 is literally right in the middle of Cascade Balls there. They honestly can big chill where they're at.
I can take the backpack by the
Down here by Barometer
Maybe can. No?
for Ascend.
No.
You got the blue.
Okay.
They don't have to rotate just quite yet. Is Jay Ling's in a fight out here?
Yeah, no one can see it.
Team at building.
There's a team there.
Can you pop the Oxel then? Pop the Oxel?
Yep.
There's two teams there. There's two teams there.
Maybe we can play up
I'm
front.
gonna jump down a little bit, okay?
Maybe we can play front side command.
I'm gonna play on me.
Yeah, that's what I'm thinking. Maybe that as well, Jay. Yeah.
Let's try this one more time here, chat. I'm gonna. Oh, there it is. There it is. They're back. Oh gosh.
Come back inside. Don't lose
Team
on top here.
Okay, a lot of teams around us.
The fuck is that landing?
Yeah, no
How do they think it's free?
I mean, kinda was free, bro.
Cool. I have seen it finish just a little bit north of where Pash was away. There are plenty of circles where it could go, but maybe that's what they're aiming for right now. You saw a few pings from them as well. Probably communicating to each other, saying.
But notice how. Oh, you know what? Never mind. I'm not gonna say it.
Do we have a long range gun to my shield? Yeah, we should kill it.
I have repeater. Keep it.
Alright, guys.
Oh, here, someone's rocking the Nemesis. Oh, it's already warmed up.
Middle. I mean, I did so
Bit
much
fix gaming
damage,
here.
but
Moon, I'm not sure if you're still in here, buddy, but you'll see on this Nemesis, it's starting to decrease down there in that bottom right-hand corner.
I think we, guys, what do you think?
Because it hasn't been used.
Like, sorry, in the back when we loot as well.
See if they end up finding anybody to shoot that thing out here in a
what is
second.
this job? Can you scan this job?
Nothing, I can't see it. Oh, I see it now. Let's relocate there. Oh yeah, you fucking take that shit, bro.
I don't know what it is.
Kraber, it's a Kraber.
Nope, not gonna see anything yet.
I think
Vex in a fight over here. Tyler already down. Not sure who they've got.
I'm hitting again. 2 nades on it. We have to go with it.
Oh, 57 on the first one. They got to push up on this.
Go.
Come on, let that Mastiff bite like the big dog it is.
One shot on one on the right and the other guy's full. Left guy's
Oh,
one.
he's screwed.
Nice. Win this.
Oh yeah, he's totally screwed.
Oh man, he's
Yep.
fine. But I didn't kill the catalyst. I thought I killed the catalyst. Oh, I did. Oh, the rest. What? Oh.
Yeah, I said they rest.
Yeah.
Okay, so he's going to be down. Guyman Gladiators looks like getting picked up here on the main broadcast. That was who just took down Vex. 2R1C here in a fight, just outside of Down Beast. 2R1C currently in second place.
A scuffle in the zone to be able to actually get out of this situation after this fight.
Hi, Weevil.
Look like they had the advantage and do have the advantage. They only had one player go down. Also got the gold knockdown shield, which is going to help out with that mid situation.
Yeah, they are struggling, man, with the
Big Fix Gaming. Fight, but it's not against Ascend.
They're struggling keeping up on the main broadcast right now. That's tough. Who's this rotating in? Start a fight?
I have like none.
Yeah, I only have 2.
Why are they rotating up here? They just delayed on the way in?
I'm going from the right. Yeah. I'm gonna pop a Phoenix soon.
Interesting.
This one, but...
Dude, they haven't hit a bullet on me.
Bro, they are big chilling in here right now as far as for E6.
World's Edge as well. They really the game they won on match number 2. They made a
what's going on with the broadcast?
Hit the ring console late, and then they were able to position themselves because of that. So that
different kick.
Made by Ascend. Might not feel like their loot is that great because you got to remember they were sharing Barometer. Their loot was probably pretty poor because of that.
Have you checked out the streaming service at all yet? Over on Kick Moon or no?
Here's me theory after him right now. They just realized Aurora ran. They'll kill everything. We can just walk in with them.
I think we might as well check it out since we can multi-stream over there while we're live over on YouTube, you know?
I can get past all the traffic. That's what Ascend are thinking right now.
That's what they call intrusive thoughts, Dan. Never let those win, people.
Plus, I figured if anything,
Because I had 3, I'm pretty sure I pulled
I mean, I used
maybe we can
I used my bets. That's the thing.
make a little push on Kick, see if we can use it to try and save up for our new PC, you know what I mean?
Again, when I came to you, Tyler.
Yeah, I mean, yeah, if you don't have bets even though, just like say it, or like just say like we gotta slow this.
See, who do we got here? FUT Esports. Do we have anybody that's not on the main broadcast that's in a fight here? I don't think so. What's Bitfix Gaming got going on over here?
Yeah, they're shooting us now.
They're over here by Cenote, right? Isn't that where they landed?
Took my medkit, by the way, just saying. Gonna need it.
I know you did.
Let's Then it's okay. We have time.
All right, they're just chilling here, crafting. Let's see if there's anybody who's actually fighting. Any pew-pewing.
Okay, just mind over there. Oh, flatline here. Loads of ammo. 0.
Remember, chat, we are doing a watch party, so I can't control the volumes on each individual stream here, man.
I'm gonna go back. I'm doing full white.
Yeah, I'm not seeing anybody else that's potentially fighting yet. Everything's starting to... Oh. We're fine. We're fine. Everything's fine. Why is the screen going so slow? Oh, shit.
As long as you get
Fine.
the general is that anyone on any given day can win when it comes to those LAN finals, and you've just got to be there. That's what everyone...
Oh, shiny.
Well, here is Apex resident Sharks in the Water. It's Aurora, and they are on the lookout for some blood.
It's been interesting. Like, I know Aurora made that roster change this week,
games that we've had so far.
and they probably are going to continue to struggle, man, but I feel like everyone's just waiting for them to pop off, bro.
This lineup, I would imagine the comms are going to be clear. They're going to be crispy, but for now, they're just playing inside of this choke, inside of this tunnel, trying to get a little bit of information themselves.
Is Jay Lings in a fight over here? No, Jay Lings is not in a fight over here. Jay Lings is just chilling. Can you unmute, please? Thank you.
They know that team's going to potentially walk past them, but it's from both sides. That's why they are at a moment just kind of strafing back and forth, trying to work out.
So this is game 5 here, chat.
Actually meet someone.
Oh, it does say that in the top left-hand corner. Never mind, don't mind me.
Teams that may come to their south, so there is a real opportunity they can third party. There we go. It's going to be BFG that are down there. BFG don't look like they want to take that rotation in, and I think they know full well if you go down that choke.
We have anybody currently fighting here? Doesn't look like him. Take a quick look around with our team, so just to kind of see how everything's going. Ascend's moving their way in from the south here. Remember, Ascend currently sitting in first place with 49 points.
Como é que curas? Se ninguém tem match. Mano, eu não precisava de curar, era só chegar lá, vocês davam craft a medkit, eu estava convosco no knockdown, qual era a dificuldade? Foda-se. Estamos mortos,
So Ascend's rotating in, they're going on their way through Launchpad here currently.
I think it's putting back on top.
E6 and company, remember, they landed right in the middle of this zone. They aren't going to have to move. They're still sitting right in the middle of Cascade Balls.
Yeah, I also did. Okay, fully safe from me.
Start a fight.
Yeah, also fully
Already in this next zone as well. I think they're on the southern side of Cascade Balls here.
Yeah, so full safe from me too, just so you know the safe spots. It's safer as well. Okay.
It's like the only fight that's going on right now, currently over on the main broadcast.
And they're going to make life very difficult for you. The reason why Gamer Drones might join, and you can see the shots now coming across. There they are. Gamer Drones joining before any knocks happened. So Gamer Drones maybe just slightly mistiming that one.
They're just trying to make sure that they don't have anybody that's
circle is going, and because of all the areas
up over on this backside here.
Teams are gonna
Cascade Balls? No, I do say Cascade Balls.
You can third and you can pick up some easy KP. You definitely.
It's the name of that point on the map. Cascade. Oh, they just took down the other thing over here. Cascade Falls is to the left of Cascade Balls.
Give me a fucking gun.
How that makes sense, don't ask me,
just
but...
keep moving zone, like, we're fine. Just keep moving zone.
I'm safe here on my corner.
Just keep going zone. Don't, you're not safe.
Yo, Kashira's like, bro, just keep moving, my guy.
I'm healing and I'll move.
I'm dropping my gun.
And Ascend's gonna be moving in. You can see they're watching them there, trying to figure out their rotation in. I want to see where Jay Lings can try and see if they can find some safe, find some space here, because of course these late Valve rotates can sometimes be a real problem. They do have that beacon info. You can see obviously they've got the red arrows. So they're gonna try and extend to this full north side. I don't think there's.
Yeah, he's on the fence. Come.
Is anyone over here?
They're pushing out. They're pushing.
All right, so they are going to have to worry about this one team pushing through the door and see how it play out in the 17th spot. Going to go ahead and put their gen as well, so they don't have to worry about any ordinances.
Careful. We're in 0, so they might get back.
Nice, swing this guy!
Yeah.
Nice big swoop.
I'm back.
They needed to be able to capitalize on that high grounds here.
Ooh.
Okay, hold on.
No.
No.
Like, as soon as I scan one, we just swing them, guys.
Unfortunate, bro.
Yeah, you're right.
There's more teams in the
Hang on board with Aurora here on the main broadcast since we don't have any point of views for them inside the multi-stream map. V2's been really quiet today. They're sitting towards the bottom of their list, as you can see.
Two teams skyward diving saw the
there's a third team here, actually.
Southern side of Jurassic Park, and they said, actually, okay, we might have a little peek at this one. Maybe there's KP that we can grab. Maybe this could be
Which
one of the
one's
best
longer? You're
positions
ridiculous.
if we can win these fights. But now everyone's kind of stuck fighting against each other because so many teams arrived. You're not able to capitalize on any of those knocks that happened because they all joined at the same time.
I wonder if any other teams push up from the south here. Yep.
So careful here. You can hear the 30-30 shot. Sunset still hasn't had the presence of mind or the opportunity to pop the white meds. Does now get that med kit off, which means
Aurora's struggling right here, bro.
On the other side, you can see to the right-hand side of your screen, they've only got the blue shields to work
Anybody that's
with.
actually in the shits right now? Doesn't look like it. Part of the squad that's up here.
Yeah, one guy is close.
Just crouch, just crouch.
They don't have flash mates, this team.
I mean, honestly, they can kind of just chill with their real estate where they're at.
The fuck out.
Or your only other option is to wait for that team on the right to make their way through the door, or you can push the door.
Yeah, they're running right on the left. Just chill, just chill.
I think they're fighting the team on the left, though, right?
Look at it down the door. Do you want to peek him, man?
I think they just full send through this door, personally.
Try get a knock.
No, it's bad.
Nope, never mind. Don't want to do that. Hang on board with Aurora here. They're in a tough spot here. They're that team that was on the other side of that tree. Oh, dude, Ranches is all by himself, though. Yep, Aurora gonna go out. Tough, bro.
Does not continue here on Storm Point in game number 5, and they will fall much earlier than we expected.
Now just look at
you still got V2 up here, though. Rotates up into that Aurora spot. So there's still 3 teams over here.
Now taking a look, but Game of Drones will walk on up, and V2 said, well, we've got Digi threats waiting for you through the smoke.
Game of Drones just walked into their own demise there. Yep, they're going to be out. See how that Nemesis is revving up, Moon? Now it starts firing quicker. Obviously, that's an R99, but
should be some shield swaps.
Ascend out as well.
Interested to note the kill feed as well. Ascend eliminated, and it's GG who managed to do the damage. GG are having a really strong game here.
There's been a more tight lobby here thus far. We've seen in other lobbies thus far in the season that, like, by the time we're getting to the 4th game and the end, or sorry, the end of the 5th game, seeds are like 60-70 points. I don't think we're gonna be at that.
This is a graveyard. There's going to be plenty.
I think Aurora's going to be at like maybe 54, 55, something like that.
Game of, if you go to one of those death boxes, those shields might have been taken out already, and then you could find yourself losing a fight because of it. So you've got to be careful. You've got to be able to at least analyze which ones are available or not. And maybe if you get time, you could take them out. But V2, they see a little bit of a lull in the lobby, and they're going to try and make their way out before the other team does. And actually, they're going to take the fight with GG.
Is that GG? I was able to player down, I think.
That GG probably saw all those death boxes and thought, do you know what? This is.
All right, I don't want to sit on board with them anymore. I want to sit on board actually with GG itself and see what we can listen in on. They're able to get their teammate up here. They're going to have to move just a little bit, but they do have the ability to kind of keep an eye on that team, or keep an eye to their west here. Make sure no one's rotating in this way that he's looking right there for Hardeki. Remember, that's where Ascend and them went down earlier, right? Top 10 here. Dark Veil's going to help them out a little bit as far as LOS. They can continue to push up where they're safe. There's another team right over here just in front of them to their south.
Да, все нормально. У нас сквад справа здесь под камнями.
They gotta find a way to try and push up onto that rock.
Они не смотрят нас.
Oh, that's huge! Then now you gotta make a push on that, right?
Не смотрят нас, не знают о нас.
Huge, another crack? I guess that's only one crack. They need to push up into this rock space here and take the space from this team.
Дерутся.
See the fronts out, Element 6 out as well.
Ката, крак. Я подойду ближе. Я нахуй закидываю там все дерьмо, блядь.
Это другой стир, no. Найс. Армор свич.
Валька, на мне ката, я ее убил, соло ката. Go back, спот. Патронов надо.
Oh, one more team around here. Oh, that's a big knock. Yeah, this zone's kind of disgusting. Hardeki, 1 HP in a dream. Oh my goodness.
Блядь, где свапы?
Wow.
Реси, похуй.
Oh, bruv. Well, GG's. Sir! Sir!
Ай-яй-яй, НТ,
Бля,
мужики.
охуенная игра. Бля,
12
ебать
киллов.
нафармили.
Лучшие, блядь, сюда.
Ух, блядь.
Where's my mouse?
Найс. Сука, у меня все было на рело.
Me right now. They're on the back here.
Can we take the rock? Then?
Yes. I'm falling right.
All right, started a fight here. One of the last 2 teams left.
On the right. They're on the right here. One. Yeah, one's
They're gonna be against that team that just wiped out the where we just saw. I think it was a full 3 though.
Look how we are playing. We are playing really spread.
Yeah, that's fine. Right. And in the middle. There's 2 on the right and 1 on the middle rock. Middle rock is still playing here. Red armor. They might look for light.
I was gonna say, honestly, that angle that Light's taking though really solid as long as he can stay alive.
They're gonna look for you.
I have Zero, yeah. I can Zero on you if they do.
I don't see me.
I was gonna say, if anything, I probably send one more player over to Light. I think.
There's
one guy here, I think.
There's 2 red armors on rock. I have Zero for when it closes.
I can give them opening. I'm batting.
Yeah. Guys, like they're gonna cut for you. I'm pretty sure.
I got a back.
Really good space there.
Hold
They have
back,
really
hold.
good space. Just keep holding.
So you have Seer ult.
Look, we are winning the game.
I'm guessing they probably wait to drop their cat wall after the other team makes their cat wall.
We don't need it, okay?
Really?
Okay.
I mean, I'm gonna.
Lucky,
I'm gonna play. Where?
Nah.
Lucky, you can maybe angle on the left pins here. Maybe I'm wrong, but.
Can I light? Can I?
I don't know. Like you need to figure out. I'm not there with you.
I think
Drop me some cells. Drop me some fucking cells.
They might look now. I'm kinda low.
I'm looking.
You need to tell me if they will swing me.
They cracked me as well.
Yeah, we can't give them open.
We can't give them opening, right?
All right, so right now they're able to hold them off at bay.
If you get good damage,
think-
immediately tell me who.
I think the team across the way has to move before start a fight, right?
Yeah, it's good. It's good pressure on this guy too.
Crack Val behind this.
No, I think actually they have to move for the team across the way.
I can nade him. I can nade this guy. I have losing nades. I'm gonna nade him.
I'm also nading.
Yes, move.
Good thermites. If they can get him out from behind that rock,
Burning
that's
him, burning
huge.
him.
No damage.
I'm burning right now.
Nice.
Ah, fuck! I fell off.
Cracked him.
Coming back to you.
I think they're gonna.
Right here.
They ended up having to. That's big. That's big.
I need to bat. I'm batting.
Yeah,
No
but
cancel. No cancel.
they're looking for me. I think.
They're walling. They're going up. Walking up now.
Yeah.
I'm zeroing.
Zero lucky.
Nice.
Crossing open.
Just chase the diamonds. One's up top. One's up top.
Nice. Coming on my side.
Nice. Very well done.
That's what we fucking needed. That's what I told you. 20 fucking banger this game.
Big game.
From map 5.
Yeah, the patience from SAF just to wait and realize that the zone was going to be tickling the backsides of Passion. And even though Passion
Start of fight had a very quiet day up to that though, man. They only had 6 points, so the question is how much does that game really help you? You know?
You can see over the Dark Veil. That is when Dark Veil doesn't really work. And that's why we saw Horizon often used to try and counter it.
I think Diamond Gladiators actually might have done enough to overtake Ascent.
So you don't have to be.
We'll have to wait and see here, chat.
When you go through it.
Well, it's one game to go. It's time to bring Tiff back in to talk about that game because multiple winners today and a team that I said have been a little bit quiet all of a sudden win a game. Maybe I do have a script. Who knows?
Confirmed.
Look, I'm not saying it's possible, but it's possible at this point on set. You may be the script writer itself.
Terrible power. With great power comes great responsibility, and I am extremely irresponsible. So who knows how this is going to go in the last game?
Moon, you watching EMEA VCT with me this week, right?
Strategically aligned, and then next thing you know, poof, he's gonna pick a random winner, and something crazy is gonna happen in map number 6. But I mean, all in all, it was that was one of the longest 3v3 endgame fights I've seen in a long time. I'm not gonna lie.
It felt like the longest endgame 3v3, I think.
Chat, what do we think after EMEA? Do we want to watch a little bit of
even closed? You know, zone 5, we had 6 players.
APAC North?
3 on each team.
That we missed last night?
Down to the fact that teams were trying to work their way through chokes, and that Jurassic Park choke, that was not where you wanted to be at any point. Like, so many teams fell around that gate and around those trees, trying to force their way through. Such a narrow entry is almost impossible for everyone to make their way through, and only one team survived at the end of it.
That's true. Sometimes it pays off to have that RE45, especially
what do we think?
for endgame. It's absolutely disgusting what it can do in close range.
Of course, we still have a couple games here left as far as this one, but
down a player in an endgame situation, having that RE45 essentially acts as 2. It don't at me. I'm pretty sure that's how it is. But you can kind of go through the highlights. We can see the journey of Aurora getting cut short a little bit, and you know, Gaskin, it's GG for me.
Or do we take the break? I might take the break.
Having some really great moments.
So if we're going to our last game now.
Just had a breath of fresh air, it seems like, in this week. They've shown us why they
what time does NA start? 6? 7.
I mean, Hardeki often gets the plaudits, right? But you've
NA starts at 7. Yeah, we'll probably actually just take a break in between.
Full squad of players who are always going to be up there. I mean, Yogri, when I see the stuff.
Yo, chat, if we have anybody over here on YouTube, though, if y'all have Kick, we started a Kick account actually this morning. We're multi-streaming over there now. Feel free to stop over, say what's up. You know what I'm saying?
Because of it as well.
Trying to race down that, chase down that 75 over there so we can get there. Sub
so
button.
impressively as a unit, which is why I think we have to give the entire team credit rather than just Hardeki, but it's good to see them back, right? It's good to see them performing well. It's good to see them in the final say when it comes to the final circles, that's for sure.
And congratulations to Startified Esports from coming out on top in match number 5. 7 eliminations with 19 total points, but you jumped down to the 3rd place. And yeah, you didn't get the overall placement points there with 12, but you did get 12 eliminations, thus far tying Startified Esports, even going out in 3rd. Having that last stand and trying to eliminate the team and kind of clutching up like that, those are the moments that are going to be make or break for your team when trying to find as many points as possible. Foot Esports making into the top 5. Let's jump on over to the 2nd page. Aurora finding some.
I love how somebody on
as well as Bitfix Gaming. We haven't really seen too much of them today, and I just feel like, you know, I joke about it.
When you see like people start to put things together on Twitter that you put together like 2 or 3 days ago.
Is like pulling the strings, the puppet master behind the Play Apex broadcast, because Vexed Gaming has not found their stride here in A versus C since we spoke to Yuki.
Yeah, it's very, very interesting to see the Vex struggling in the first couple of games. Of course, still 1 to go, but when you're looking at the bottom half of that leaderboard, you're seeing some of the teams who are at the top half of the overalls, and what that means is it is so tight between everyone right now. But shout out GG, by the way, 50 points for them. It's only Ascend ahead of them, and I don't know how the tiebreaker works. We're back into maths land. But to me, it looks like they're joint first at the moment. You can't argue with me. 50 points each.
So did FaZe? It looks like FaZe ended up winning ESL. Is that right?
I'm just kidding. But seriously, 2R1C showing they are very consistent in
CS:GO
that
this morning.
A C matchup, still in that top 3 position. But something is to be said here. The points
took them long enough. Shit, they won the first 2 maps in a best of 5.
Number 6. Teams like Aurora, E6, SPS. Yeah, even J-Lings could have an absolute banger of a map number 6. Put down.
They were waxing that thing
and find themselves at the top of the
over the course of
if you are within 1st through 7th at this point, it is anyone's
first 2. I mean, at least the 2nd map they were just shitting on.
By the way, tiebreakers, I mean, wins is what will get you there. Ascend have had that victory, does make the difference over Gaming Gladiators.
So Gaming Gladiators
tied 50-50.
Tied up Ascend, huh?
To play yet, and Ascend
2R1C right behind them.
Gaming Gladiators seem to be in the ascendancy here. We are seeing now on Stormpoint a lot of our teams who are kind of more comfortable in fighting games, right? Where you are constantly fighting, loot, fight.
All right, chat. As per usual, when you check in over here on YouTube, use exclamation point now. Gives you that updated score. I don't have that quite yet set up over here on Kick Chat, but there's your updated scores there. Keep in chat.
Teams playing zone, and not everyone is going to be able to find success because of that. But we're seeing a lot of KB being picked up by some of these teams who are playing Edge.
It's very interesting. I'm gonna head out for a little break so you guys can cut.
All right, we got the boys for game 6 here.
Run away on set. I want to leave you with this question, and it could be just because this is groups A versus C. We don't have Fire Beavers in the lobby. We don't have Alliance or KCP in the lobby. Do you feel as if a lot of these teams are kind of hungry for those KP that Gaskin mentioned because they feel more confident in these 2
Also,
groups?
chat, if we have anybody that is watching up over here on YouTube. Do me a favor, man. Smack that like button. It does seem to help as far as the algorithm. We got one more game here for EMEA Stormpoint Game 6.
The ones that are just feeling the momentum go their way, right? You saw GG.
Should be going well.
They won a couple of team fights today, and all of a sudden you see a couple of fights breaking out. You're like, we can pick up the pieces from this. We can
remember, chat, we will take a little bit of a break between EMEA and NA over here on both platforms we're streaming on currently. But we will be back for NA tonight. And then we've also got EMEA VCT all week. So we're going to be doing a lot of, we're going to be busy boys this week.
0 points. Next time they go into a 3v3, don't look confident in the fight and lose the 3v3. It's crazy how a game of Apex and a day of Apex can swing just based upon one team fight or getting.
Yeah, you're gonna be watching VCT with your boy, right, Moon?
The teams to watch certainly in this last game is can Vex bounce back? Can Aurora pull off something?
I might catch the good gaze.
Can Ascend hold on, or will it be GG coming back to the fore after what feels like a lifetime almost since we were talking about them being at the top?
Also, I do believe NA Challengers is
really good questions, but we only
early
have
on in the
one
week,
map
right?
To see the potential answers.
No, NA Challengers starts
so Onset can go
Wednesday
script,
for
and when we come back, map number
Valorant.
6.
Now I need to go check that because I don't know.
Monster Energy, the official energy drink of the Apex Legends Global Series.
What? Why what? No, I was just curious. Because we're going to be watching a lot. I mean, you know, we're going to be busy this week over here. Yeah, lower bracket starts at 28. So Tuesday. On a Tuesday. I'll probably send out a couple of requests this week, I think. All right, chat. 20 seconds here till we get started. Game 6 for Stormpoint. Remember, you can use exclamation point now in chat over on Twitch to get you updated scoreboard standings.
WD Black, the official storage partner of the Apex Legends Global Series.
Welcome back, everybody, and we got one game to go before we close things out here on our day number 5 of the EMEA Split 2 Pro League. And this is the players who are leading the way with those slays, and it's going to be Hardeki at the top down, leading the way on the kill leaderboard. 12 kills for him.
Yeah, but Leogri right behind on 11. As I said, we have to give credit to everyone
on
this Gaming Gladiators roster because they all
What do you mean, why?
stepping up now after you said they've been out of the kind of headlines for what would seem like quite some time at this point, but now they're putting respect on their names. They are tied on 50 points with Ascend, and they are looking to try and take match day 5 under their wings. They want to get those 25 points that you get for first place. Match number 6 is just about ready.
All right, here we go,
I'm
chat.
excited to see how this one's going to play out and who is going to be taking that first place.
Again, I don't think we have any contests on our console here.
Who's it going to be? Gaming Gladiators, baby.
Got a GG fan in the chat, everyone. Let's hear it for Dan Gaskin. He's believing in the comeback story of GG making a run today, coming out on top, and maybe making a run towards the second half of this season. But we're going to see where that zone is going. Dan Gaskin. We've seen something pretty similar, I believe. Maybe a little bit more leaning towards Stormcatcher, but we might see a little Cascade zone here, or maybe a little bit north.
Command Center, Thunderwatch.
Yeah, it could be
Command
a similar one
Center-ish,
to what
maybe.
we saw, but on the northern side of that zip, the one that I was thinking it was going to be last time. When it
Yeah, like
shifted,
right
but
out
a few
front.
Teams thought it was going to be
Possibly.
that one before it shifted south. We'll know more when we get the Zone 2 information from any ring consoles, as we're now seeing our first place team.
All right.
Ascend. They are
Ascend, Gaiman Gladiators, both in first. They're tied at first. Ascend has the tiebreaker with the win thus far. They're at 50. 2R1C.
Kind of backed out of the fight in the previous game. They went for a long old rotation, and they weren't able to get in the zone because of it. And Bitfix seem to have got the better on terms of loot.
2R1C.
They got purples, whereas Ascend, there was a few whites. There's 3 whites
Is it
to be
48?
precise. So our leaders have not had the best looting phases so far.
Well, usually you get those armors in the kind of the
Yeah, so more Stormcatcher command zone. I wonder. I do think this ends up pulling like.
Decided to try and take the high ground instead, maybe hoping they might have that beacon, but
I do think it ends up pulling like right here, right?
So Ascend,
I'm pretty sure.
An unfortunate rub of the green for them, and now that they're chasing down Bitfix, they're going to find out pretty soon they do not.
I know it was like a very horrible circle, but deal with it, chat.
Game for Ascend, who, of course, coming into today, you said Kishera desperate for a win, desperate for a first place.
Yeah, nobody in contest or any fights here, at least currently.
Yeah, they will know full well, of course, that Gaming
Gladiators
tied with them on points.
Kind of got blessed with themselves a nice zone here.
In Stormcatcher, the circle's going to
could be exactly what they needed.
Still pull a little bit west, but they can reside there for quite some time and just watch that kill feed. Wait to see whether Ascend get eliminated at any point, because even though it's in anonymous mode, you don't see who's getting knocked. You will get confirmation when a team is eliminated, and GG can just play this one patient. And as soon as they see Ascend have been knocked out, then it's just a matter
Jay
of
Ling's going to be taken to the sky here, right? This is Jay Ling's.
Or one extra placement point, and they're probably winning today.
Vext also making their rotation as well. Like we mentioned, Storm Point not been good for them, but maybe the final game of the day is where they can resurrect today and really make a push for those top spots. It really is just balanced perfectly here in the EMEA region for our final game of the day. And we can't even forget about 2R1C as well. We've seen them
2R1C's
on the left-hand side. Another great day for them in A versus C.
Kind of come
they put themselves into 7th place
out of nowhere this split, right?
This game day got started today with the big performance last time we saw them in A versus C. If they can repeat that, then all of a sudden they might be one of the teams we're talking about when it comes to qualification at the end of the split.
Yeah, I misread, and when I looked across the leaderboards, I thought I saw 2R1C on 38, so I was.
Is this all the AYM
I mean,
former team?
Ascend and GG have to worry about 2R1C as well. It's not as simple as just watching for the one team in your kill feed now. It is about playing your best game.
No, it's got a little bit of the VZM master too. Okay.
To secure those points, because we have 3 horses in this race. Even Passion, they're only 11 points
That
behind.
makes more
There is
sense.
a world where a team like Passion could still get a victory here today if they were to get first place in this game and the other teams were to drop short.
I see,
So,
Chad. Do we have anybody currently
match.
in sort of any fights? Let's stay on board with Bitfix Gaming here.
We need to go do spy.
They are down here at Barometer.
I just knew this would happen. What a waste of time. Let's go cannon. No, let's stay cannon.
Alright, fuck it.
But it's pointless. It's pointless. It's 3 KP, but
Yeah, we do spiders.
their armory. There's a team Valkyling and.
Just they're just gonna go ahead and get up on out of dodge. That was Ascend that they are looking at across the way over here at Barometer. So Ascend's gonna be able to go ahead and get their
Push us. The only reason he won that is because I was stupid and I got fucking 4-tapped.
crafting in here.
If I don't get 4-tapped,
Azazel, AZ, thanks for coming in with the follow over here on Kick, my guy. How you doing, buddy? I haven't been able to figure out the alerts or anything. So imagine some fancy dancy alert came out. Woo! Thanks for the follow. You know, appreciate you, fam.
I'll send GG.
Let's see. Nobody else currently fighting.
And it's been interesting to see how they've had to adapt.
It's still impressive that they are top of our leaderboards, right? The win on World's Edge and the points that were scored on World's Edge were so crucial for Ascend. In the first game, they went out in what, like 18th, and then they got a victory off the back of it. So I would never count them out. They are going to have a difficult rotation where they're going to have to go on the eastern side of the map, similar to what they tried previously. As for Gamer Drones, they're going to be happy at the moment in Wall. There are a few teams up.
How's your weekend going, AZ?
South together, so they're kind of taking pop shots against one another.
Happy Sunday, fam.
But they are likely going to have to take a fight at some point, or just try and beat them in a race, whether that be via the Skyward Dive, or just trying to move when maybe they're distracted.
E6 are an interesting team to watch as well, just to give you a bit of an idea of where they're
I've been happy to see that it seems like the kick stream has been able to stay up and running pretty consistently, and while the YouTube stream is still holding strong too, so that's nice. Better enough.
Position away from them, so E6 certainly dangerous for that end game if we do see that little zone pull for them. Aurora, everyone else is at the north at the moment. You can probably guess where Aurora are. They're working their way up from the south all the way from Shipfall Gale Station.
Productive weekend? Hell yeah. That's always good.
They have the opportunity to get a little bit of information on their way as well as they walk past the beacon to be hit. Ascend are going to be following behind.
E6 over here at the high ground trying. I don't know who they have over here in their view at Stormcatcher. Are they looking? Looks clean and fresh on mobile. Hell yeah! I can't wait. They're dropping the mobile app for Kick tonight, from what I've heard. So I'm gonna be kind of intrigued to see what that looks like. So we got a couple of different teams that are all up here by Stormcatcher.
It's this zone, by the way, 100%. Yeah.
What? Really? Doesn't pull back here?
Oh, so this get a little bit different of a zone than I was thinking.
One of you needs to watch this.
I'm trying to force their way in at the moment, but they're being held out on height by Keller Gaming with this charge rifle. Taking damage in the zone is certainly something you don't want to be doing.
SPS out early.
First team, unfortunately, that will be the end of their game day.
That's tough.
But Aurora, now you can see them. They're trying to fight their way into the bottom side of Storm Point. And now, with a Sentinel in the hands, might be a chance for Applied Totem to try and really disrupt that script that we were talking about a little bit earlier on. Not going to be able to hit it. That Sentinel isn't going to be charged up for now, so it's not going to be massive damage unless
he said, "Bro, quit putting your big fat ass shoulder in my way."
Your way through and so difficult to do if you're Aurora.
It's starting to get very congested now over towards Stormcatcher.
Come on!
Even Command Center is starting to fill up a little bit. There is a ring console in Command Center as well, so I don't know if anyone will actually be able to hit it. You can see.
I want to actually listen in with Guyman Gladiators here, see what they hear. You can see they do have that beacon knowledge. They do know that zone's ending a little bit closer, more towards Stormcatcher side than Commander's Command Center side. So I was kind of wrong on my prediction. Anybody else we got here currently fighting? I don't think so.
Does look like that zone shift.
Too many teams just wanting to buy space here, especially with it being Game 6. Understandable.
So they are going to have to move at some point. They also have a little shield swap down there if they do get pushed. Leogu's decided he wants to make sure that anyone who's trying to coexist isn't going to be taking any angles that can catch GG off guard here. They know there's a couple of teams down here, and you can see, I'm not sure if Gaming Gladiators want to try and get involved with this, if they want to give up this high ground position, or if they want to see if there's any pieces they can pick up. But now that you've got Totem and Aurora down there, still kind of posturing up. Ascend also coming to join the fray ever so slightly, but they look more comfortable with the position they have right now. You can
so remember Ascend, currently in first place, rocking that triple blue right down here.
Presents itself.
Yeah,
it looks like they're going to back down. Probably a smart decision.
We've seen the zone. And
try and find their way a different way into getting into this
and that's why GG are going to stay
there. Area here. You can understand why.
If GG were in a different position where they were chasing points, maybe we would see them look to
try and see if they can catch anybody rotating in.
GG can literally hold their current position at the south side of Stormcatcher and watch all these teams that are going to be so far.
Actually, we'll listen in here. Let's do a quick look around Ascend here. As you can see, rocking the triple blues. 2 blues with a white over here on element 6.
They don't want to force themselves through hold and just give away their opportunity to win this match day of Pro League. So there's a lot of things to be thinking about for a lot of these IGLs now. As I said,
most of the squad it looks like are on purples or purple white. Diamond Gladiators had the team across the way that they're at least popping some warning shots off at. Not sure who that is over here. Bow check coming to the sky, coming from the sky here. Be pinging off in the distance though.
Probably not the best idea to do for 2R1C.
These mid games sometimes, man.
Maybe an opportunity to create some openings, but are they going to go for information here? Is it all about the ring console? Is it all about maybe just trying to hold down this position and see what else happens on the map and if any opportunities open themselves up? Or is it about them maybe wanting to take a risk, trying to see if they can take that team off a fight? As we see the zone now starting to close. 15 seconds until round 3 is
only person I think right now fighting is Guyman Gladiators, still on top of Stormcatcher.
The last game of the day.
Yeah, a lot of nerves. I mean, we've got 6 teams who still aren't in this next circle. There's actually Nightmare Esports are currently going between the man cannons just back and forth. I don't think they have an idea of where they want to go. As now you see Aimbot and Psychbot start to move.
Is that another team between these two?
This is the other side of Command
Center.
Center.
Those are spiders.
So we know the Command Center is very much taken, right? There is not.
I'm about to say, like, what in the actual F?
And it means the SAF are just going to be running and jumping out of the frying pan into a fire situation if they do get forced into that building.
Let's see the France.
Take a look over here. Who's this? Vex?
Yeah, they have triple purple maybe. And
Just outside of this next zone here.
They're nading the door.
They're going to have to find a way to push up out of here. Find themselves some little bit of space.
Close. I think they're close.
Yeah, arcing inside. I'm gonna see.
Cyril's going to be in the corner.
They're looking to fight. They're looking to fight.
Oh, they got a team across the way too, bruv. Tough spot here from a top fan company trying to see if they can figure a way out.
Where's the team?
Oh, there is gone.
Catalyst, live 84.
Where?
Yeah, I see him. He ran back. I am 20.
Looking for a scan.
Valve still just sat in fucking middle.
Yeah.
One got knocked off him, no?
Remake this, maybe.
Alright, the zone's about to start closing in. Let's hang on board. She's still here with Vex for just a moment here. It's two different teams. They're going to have to find their way in here.
Outside, peek on the stormy.
I'm marking it.
Aurora going to go out. Tough day for Aurora, man.
I killed this guy. He's fucking cracked there.
There's one more.
Aurora was in 5th before that. They will more than likely fall back quite a bit. That could even really push them back to like 9th, honestly, with the early out.
The team will come soon, maybe.
Yeah, still has to cross.
There's still one whole team on the left. There's still one team on the left, sir.
Wait.
He's rezzing.
Wall's down.
I'm scanning
One's still back here. One's still back here on my
Okay,
pick.
with the stairs. Yeah, whatever.
Oh. Fine, just keep
so
celebrating.
Mistake.
Yeah, they just got res off here.
That was E6, I'm pretty sure.
Alright. Doesn't look like they're... I mean, they're going to have to start moving here, but...
Somebody close. I hear somebody close sliding.
That same. On the fucking wall.
Yeah, let's stay on board here with them, man. I don't want to miss this fight. We've already sat on board this long. We're committed.
Both teams have to walk. Remake my door, please.
Yeah, I will, one sec.
Guys, if they get ooped on the tree, we have to be like run over immediately with the wall.
Still in here.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah, that's only doing.
I think this team's
In case we have anybody who's wondering what oobing is out of bouncing. It's when you land on somewhere that's out of bounds, so you have to drop quickly, but it helps you drop a little bit more quiet.
Maybe you can cancel their...
So like if they're a drop on those mountains to the right out of bounds,
keep an eye on 3.
And then be able to drop down from there, essentially.
Wait, did they drop? I don't see them up here. They're getting shot below. They're getting shot below.
You can pay out a bit.
We're inside, right?
Yeah.
Looking solid. I'm alright. We're gonna switch away from Vex, man.
Teams below, look.
Guy Gladiator over here. Just took out Ascend, it looks like. But that's big for Gaiman Gladiators if they did take out Ascend, which it looks like they did. They were tied with Ascend in that first place spot. So that should... I don't want to say solidify them in first place as 2R1C still in this lobby. Take on board with Bitfix Gaming. They're going to have to roll out of here soon. I think they're the ones right next to... That's the mix of Vex, right?
They're getting bullied by the repeater as well. I'm jumping down again.
We need to ape this, bro.
I know.
2R1C down.
Nice. I'm nading inside. Listen, I can swing.
Which means third place could still be open for some teams like
wait. Give me 1 second.
Passion, I think, who are still in.
Crack one. We need to push. Yeah, do it.
I think Element 6 is still in. 2R1C. No, 2R1C's out. Oh, fuck. Why would you run back into the storm, my guy?
I'm door.
He's not. It's Watson.
70, 50. I'm gonna bet.
I'm pushing. Ready? Oh, bet.
Okay. Yeah, I'm betting.
Yeah, it's smarter to make sure you can get the heal because you can still push to the other door here.
Above us. I'm sliding down on this ramp. Oh, this is so bad. Bad armor, Valk.
Oh, bro. Honestly, he could still live here. Tricks potentially. No, we can't. Never mind.
Bro, why would you not kill the team inside, bro? What the fuck?
Yeah, I don't know why they went up.
Interesting, man.
You're just trying to kill the solo, dude.
All right. Bitfix Gaming out. E6 was in 5th at 34. Aurora's already out. 2R1C's out. Ascend's out. I don't think they can take for... Oh.
I did 100 to the crypto, but I was like fucking 80 flash, so he just like clipped.
Vex is in a fight, looks like. Oh, they just killed the Morning Stars here.
Yeah. Put bubble,
Vex is in 13th spot going into this game, dog. That's
Let's
tough,
walk forward as
bro.
much as we can and be well
We have to walk. I think we have to walk. I don't think you can.
No, we can't. They're all fighting each other.
Okay,
But look at this guy. Look at this guy.
Cracked, weak.
Yeah, just keep shooting.
Nice. Nice. It's passion out. That was your 4th place team.
Doing it.
Let's go. Let's go. Let's go.
Get up out of there.
Don't slow. Maybe you can land here and then you wall above us, okay? Land here and then land wall above, like this.
Yeah.
And then we look down. They're coming though, they're coming, they're on me. I think they fell back. I think they fell back.
Come to me.
I think we're good on me.
Alright, so he's in a good spot. They're top 6 here. Reply totem out in that kill feed here as well.
You have to wipe our back. Start climbing up and shit.
Let's see who else we still have in here. One of them is going to be Guyman Gladiator or E6. E6 is in 6th heading into this. They are going to have to rotate quite a bit to be able to get into this next zone here, though.
Swing left.
No, no, not like this, brother.
Can we back down? They're fighting on the right. Can we cross that somehow?
There's a front above us. Careful. I'm scanning him.
Unfortunate. Good swing here by Swinny.
Can we strip you on the right?
They don't CK Swinny.
I'm coming.
Come to me.
Why wouldn't you take that fight? You had the angle.
I'm popping about here.
You had the angle to take that fight, bro. It was 3v2. I don't know, man.
Just keep playing your life, Sonny.
Everyone's on me. I'm not one.
Nice.
I'm gonna get knocked.
Hold it.
Oh, dude, they're in so much trouble here. Damn, man. Let's hang on board with the main broadcast for the rest of this top 3 here, chat.
Element 6 get eliminated, and they are
Vex is still in this, though.
So now Vexed, they're in 7th. They're looking to try and push themselves into the top 6, the top 5 of the
Jay
overall
Lings
standings
is
at this
also
point.
still in this.
Jay Lings are up there. They're in 5th place right now overall. They could still find themselves in the top 2 here. They could overtake Ascend, who are currently in 2nd place. So many points. In
Could they take over Ascend? Oh, they could take over Ascend. No, you're right.
Made the decision to fight
If Jay Lings wins this.
to get control of the northern side of this zone. And this is what the result is. If you win that fight, if you clear your backs, you have the high ground on these 2 other teams.
Hey,
You
yeah.
don't have to do too much. Let the other teams do the damage. You can just strike from distance. Noise is trying to just chip away at shields with this G7 scout.
Who's that they're chipping
Next is
at?
trying to close the distance for him to maybe get that first knock, but they've got to be careful. Last thing you want to do in this situation, even though you're trying to be aggressive, is give away a careless knock.
If Jailings were to win this game, they would finish 2nd in today's match day. They would overtake both 2R1C and Ascend. So that's going to be their goal. Vex can still push themselves into the top 5.
So Vex is the duo. FUT Esports and Jay Lings
Just a couple of KP
are the 2 teams that are full right now.
Going on for all of these squads. And they won't be doing the maths right now. Instead, they'll just be focusing on this end game. As you said, Jailing's in the priority position. They've got the high ground, and the zone is coming towards them. So the 2 teams...
The only problem about where Jay Lings is at is literally both teams are going to be looking at him when they come up this hill, right?
Jailing's just trying to force them to fight. They just want the easy job here to clean up the pieces. They want Vex to get involved. They want Vex to try and push. They want Vex to really cause some problems, and when that does happen, that's exactly what is happening, by the way. Jailings can try and pounce. Vex having to take a little bit of zone damage.
It's a good spot for Vex.
And surely that is just going to open the door.
Matafe's closing in to finish that fight. That's so smart from Matafe. We've talked about that in the past over here on YouTube, chat. Being able to close in, take 2nd place, you get yourself a couple of KP, and you get yourself the extra placement points as well. Jay Lings does walk away with the dub, ends up getting 2nd place, but that's a big play by Vex. That should also get them up in the top 5, I think, on the day. I'm pretty sure.
Jailings may have just been 1 KP off of getting to Ascend. We'll have to see as the final results.
Big day from Ascend though too, man. Ascend's been one of those teams that's like they haven't been top of the leaderboard. They've kind of been flirting around that like middle of top 10 sort of area, which has allowed them to sit 6th on the day.
I think they'll be delighted with that in the final.
That's gonna be a big day for Ascend.
It will be the Gaming Gladiators who come out on top, just holding down that point at Stormcatcher for so long, and then it being Ascend of all teams that tried to make it and burrow their way underneath them. They were
all right,
so
champ.
delighted when
We're
they
gonna
saw
wait
that.
for scores to be official here.
Comeback from GG.
But then games don't start until 7.
And it's not just like they popped off.
So I am going to be taking a break over here, both on YouTube and Kick.
Congratulations to GG for
turning off my lights, getting everything off.
And Ascend, I mean, you were saying
we will be back though, probably like 6:40ish or so, to start getting ready for the the NA broadcast. I know we were a little late today to this one, so.
Whether it's going to be a third or a second for them. If J-Lings were able to get those knocks, it should be a second place. But ultimately, our top 3 teams are going to be GG, Ascend, and J-Lings. And I think that these are 3 of the teams that we knew are capable of it. But GG would be the biggest kind of surprise.
Try and see if maybe I can send out a couple of
expecting them here today.
Well, let's bring Tiff back in because the day is done. The
interview requests.
We've got some business to
in between time, start planning out my days as we're planning out my weeks as we're gonna have a pretty busy week.
GG, what a performance from them today.
Yo, More, are you gonna be up to watch the NA one later, friend?
I'm not gonna lie, while you guys were casting that and GG was absolutely popping off.
I'll probably, like I said, I'll probably pop live about like 6:45 or so. We'll kind of start looking at scoreboards and thing. I was thinking about maybe watching some APAC North or something in between time, the way like NiceWigg does. But I think I'm gonna get off and
skills, the mechanics, everything.
Get me a little bit of a break. You know what I'm saying?
He was wanting to be reunited with Artico, and he wanted to step it up. And I'm right here. Sorry for the whining, but I have made the decision to change and work harder. I want to be strong again mentally, physically, and in IGLing, start a new life, and stop being depressed. And I'm grateful for everyone for your support, but I feel as if this just kind of starts that
I wonder if Kashera
form,
would be up to sitting down and chatting.
To see that.
Everyone's been waiting for GG to return. They were one of the best teams that EMEA had for so long. And it was
true. That's like middle of the night for you, huh? I didn't even think about that.
Expect from them. This is what we wanted to see. We know how talented they are. It was just a matter
That's like me trying to figure out if I want to stay up for APAC North or APAC South.
Cliches for a reason, right?
Next week, though, I should be able to stay up for APAC South. I'm pretty pumped.
And they started to show it again.
Because I don't have South American
It's
casting.
an absolute joy. So let's cue those highlights. Let's just
because South America's off the next 2 weeks. So
map number 6, and man, it's so good to see. But Ascend starting it out over here in that barometer.
Damn.
Way forward, Gaskin.
Ascend drops to 3rd. J-Ling just passes them up, man.
And the fact that Ascend had their rotation delayed by Bitfix Gaming.
Damn, chap. All right, YouTube, just like normal, man. Y'all know when y'all come over here. Obviously, now this game is over, or this session is over. But if y'all come over and y'all want to see what the standings are looking like, just use exclamation point now. That's how we're looking as for now. That's your official scoreboard there. That's what we're going to be seeing here in just a moment. Diamond Gladiators going to come out on top for the session.
Composition that is working for them. They're finding now their footing a little bit. And are a real
J-Lings in 2nd, Ascend in 3rd, 2R1C,
to watch, as is K-Swinny. So it's great to
in
see
4th.
Of success. But Command Center was just an absolute storm. I was going to say something else, but I'll just say the word storm. And it just meant that everyone was going at each other tooth and nail. But in the end, this final circle, it was pretty easy for J-Lings once they got into the high ground, and they just had to force these.
Oh, is next week the double banger for IBG? I will definitely be staying up then if that's the case.
So it's going to be J-Lings finishing in 2nd place.
Yo, actually,
news for the boys.
Maury, I want you to do me a favor.
I was gonna say,
I'll probably also shoot a message to them also. But next time you chat with Paige,
Vex Gaming able to pick up 9, but E6 that
see how they'd feel about like
able to pick up 7 eliminations for 12.
like co-streaming a watch party or something. Could be fun.
Eliminations prior to going out a little bit
jumping in Discord together and watching. Because I know they watch the boys on game nights, right?
Because we want to see the likes of Aurora on set. I heard it. My heart. It hurt a little bit when you.
I'm wanting to start, I think, for some of my watch parties. I want to start inviting people on from different teams, or you know, maybe for a future week for EMEA, we'll bring Zephyr on to chat and hang out and watch if he's down for it.
The problem is they're running out thick and fast
stuff like that
at the moment, and it's costing them. And I mean, you're looking at the overalls there. Aurora 8th place. I mean, a lot of teams might be happy with 8th.
So there's your overall scoreboard chat. Diamond Gladiators in 1st. J-Lings Ascend 2R1C.
For them, it's Game Gladiators who are up there at the moment, and what a comeback, like we mentioned.
No, yeah, that's fine. Just mention to them, I'll probably hit them up. You know what I mean? I've been wanting to kind of think about like some other ways that I can like collab for watch parties and stuff, since we're doing a lot of them, you know, right now. And you know I fucking love you guys over at IVG, so.
51 points for them, though, I think.
All right, Chad, that's your final scores there.
They didn't get first. It's also a good learning curve for them. Maybe if zones don't go their way, they've learned a different way to approach something.
We'll be live here in about 2 hours here for NA broadcast. All right, that starts at 7 p.m. Eastern time. I'll probably pop live around 6:40. We'll be doing the same thing, split between YouTube and Kick. If we have anybody over here that's on the YouTube stream, if y'all are on the Kick platform yet, and y'all haven't been able to do so, do me a favor. We're trying to chase down that that first 75 followers over on the new platform. So if y'all are already over there, do me a favor, swing through there. Say what's up.
Very, very close.
If y'all are over here and y'all are watching on Kick and y'all are looking for a cool place to hang out for some watch parties, we're gonna be doing a lot of them over here, not just for Apex, but VCT just started up with Pacific this week. It's EMEA week through this week, so we're gonna be watching a lot of EMEA VCT. NA starts next week for VCT. We'll be doing a lot of ALGS watch parties before I head out to the beach. No, actually, the beach is the next weekend. The beach is in 2 weekends.
With a big 25 points. To now say, hey, look, we are going to be.
But yes, this week we're going to be doing a lot of watch parties with VCT starting. Also, going to have some more videos dropping this week. If you're on YouTube and you haven't had a chance to check out the interview with Lupi yet, we had a really good chat with him. Thursday? Wednesday? Thursday. One of those days. I've been truly enjoying the journalistic style content over here on the channel. It is a little bit longer of an interview. It's like 50 minutes. He's the new head of performance over at Vex Gaming. It's a lot more than just like being the coach. Like honestly, we had a really good chat. I think more orgs should be kind of prioritizing teams' mental and physical health. So if you haven't had a chance to check that out yet, I'm gonna leave that in chat, both on YouTube and on Kick here. All right. Otherwise, man, I'm gonna go ahead and get up on out of here. We'll be back in about 2 hours for NA. I love you guys. Y'all are fucking amazing. If y'all are in here on Kick and y'all haven't done so, hit that follow button. If y'all are in here on YouTube, hit that like button. Help me out with the algorithm. If y'all haven't hit the subscribe button, turn those notifications on. We'll catch y'all back live, whether it be for the next watch party or whenever we get to catch y'all over here for the next video. All right, fucking love you guys. Till we catch y'all over here for the next one, man. Don't forget, with everything crazy going on in the world today, be true, be you, be sincere, game hard and love hard. All right, y'all are amazing. Catch y'all in a couple hours. Peace.